mirror.
Yep.
You solved a small maze and collected the black opal crown, but to leave the maze, you had to sacrifice an arm. Not to mention you had to fight two horrible little demons. But Mortee sacrificed his arm to leave the maze. Folly was fallen and plane shifted out of the tomb by Keshma al-Wazir. But that didn't go as planned, and you ended up trapped in a grotesque sort of body holding chamber where you had to choose between two levers. You chose the lever on the right and were teleported up to the beginning of the dungeon, and you were able to come down and meet your friends. You learned that you have to pay a tithe to the gargoyles on the bottom floor. You guys figured that out. And I think that's the crux of like the big events that happened.
I have my notes right there. Babe.
Yeah.
You read them.
I think so.
Right behind you.
Cool. So
I'm eating.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. I appreciate the notes, but we can play.
Okay.
You met a lizard who didn't want to leave the little demon head that it has found home in, one of Red's creations. And then finally you found a secret passage on the wall, and as you slid that open, you saw I'll describe again what happened here. You got waves of heat that came out of this cramped little cell, and the walls all had imagery of volcanoes setting cities ablaze. There were tiny holes on the floor and ceiling, and a candle in a wall sconce held by a human skeleton. And when Arias got near the skeleton, lava began to fall from those holes in the ceiling. And he reacted to that by snuffing the candle with his fingers. And now he finds himself in a similar small room with no light and no air.
And then that whole thing where we got a key and we had to jump platforms and I got a bunch of damage.
Yeah, that was I think that was 2 sessions ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was the beginning of the last one. Okay.
Maybe it was at the very beginning of last one. Oh, where you had to teleport the golem up and you were able to grab the two of the eyeballs that you would need to open the eyeball door. I think that was the very beginning of last session. Okay, so I have you guys all in initiative. What's happening right this second is the door into the lava dripping room. There's a small 10-foot by 10-foot room with lava falling from the ceiling and landing on the floor before being drained down small holes in the floor. Entering this room with a lava waterfall in it is obviously exceptionally dangerous. The candle has been relit by just the sheer heat of the lava that's falling in the room, and the doorway into this lava room is beginning to slide closed, perhaps on command of Withers, who is now speaking to you about how your friend's gonna die. So as we enter initiative here, the door into the lava room is closing. There's lava falling from the ceiling of it to the floor. The candle is held by a sconce that's held by a human skeleton. And Orias is nowhere to be seen from the rest of you guys. The first turn that we have here is Arias's. How do you contend with this space? You were not holding your breath, so you enter this space, and this is not like how long can Arias hold his breath. You are immediately suffocating. Your time in a vacuum will be very limited. And it will be based on your Constitution score.
You messed with that earlier.
So tell me what you want to do on your first turn in this dark vacuum.
Do I have like a water skin with me?
Yeah, you probably have a water skin with you. That's really interesting. You would drink, and your water skin, you might have one just that you pour on yourself from time to time.
Right. So,
Wait, do you have the jar that makes endless wine and mayonnaise and water?
I believe Mortee holds that.
Yeah.
But Orias, your wisdom is fair, and based on the effects that you're feeling on your other items and your own magical abilities, you think that jar might just be a jar in here, anyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's anti-magic too. Quick question: we don't know where. Like, there's no hints that to us, right?
What you watched happen was Orias walk in there, start to investigate the candle. Lava begins to fall from the ceiling, and he snuffs the candle quickly, and then disappears instantly.
Okay.
That's what you know.
And then Withers speaks to you, and the door into the lava room begins to roll shut. It's not shut yet, but it's beginning to.
What does he say again?
What did Withers say? Withers, I'll paste what I shared with you guys online.
Okay.
So you guys can talk, obviously, but I need Orias' turn first.
Yeah, so two things. I immediately want to do two things, especially if I'm suffocating immediately. I either want to pour water through my gills to see if it gets me oxygen, or search the room. And if I'm immediately suffocating, I think I would lean towards water through the gills.
Cool. So the mechanics here on suffocation is that when you have no air, this is after you can no longer hold your breath, or if you're caught in a vacuum with your mouth open, or if you're magically made to suffocate for some reason, you will survive for a number of turns equal to your Constitution modifier, and then you'll be reduced to 0 hit points, and you will fail a death save every turn.
Okay, so I have one turn.
Are you at +1? I mean, you have one. Okay, so yeah, so you have one turn. So you want to try the.
Is it Constitution modifier or saving throw?
Constitution modifier. Yeah, you're at 12, huh? I thought you were at 14. But yeah, that's then.
I was at 14.
Yeah, I know. I thought you were at 16. Okay, cool. So you choke on the lack of air in this room, and you reach for your water skin, which is pretty clever. You're as you pop it open, the water immediately begins to boil because you're in a vacuum, right? There's the pressure differential, but it's not an instantaneous reaction, and you manage to kind of splash and pour and gulp enough air out of this this thing that you are able to, let's say you're able to hold your breath based on the amount of air you have in this water skin. You're able to hold your breath for 2 additional turns.
Sweet. Buying some time.
But that's your action, right? Is dealing with this. How do you still have your movement and that kind of thing?
So yeah, whatever. So my next thing, and I don't know what I can do with movement and bonus action, but I basically want to like sweep the walls of the room really quick to feel all 4 of them if I can like swing around that quickly.
Cool. Yeah. So as a bonus action search, this is let me see a perception roll, but the DCs are going to get bumped up here because it's usually an action to kind of search this, like in this delicate way. But I can give you like some, based on a perception roll, I can give you some information as you kind of flail around the room. Okay. Yeah. No, it's not good. So what you immediately see is that this room is very similar to the one you just came from. There are carving sculptures all over 3 of the walls. With a 7 perception, you can't figure out what these are of, right? You're just flailing through. And then there's something more noteworthy on the east side of the room that you'll on your next turn you can get a better feel for it, but it's similar to this skeleton holding a sconce that you saw in the other room, but it's different, and you'll have to feel around on it a little bit longer to figure that out.
Okay, gotcha.
So you've got 2 turns. This is your 1 turn, and then you've got 2 more after it before you reduce to 0 hit points.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Mortee. Mortee looks muted.
Yeah, sorry. Dealing with a bird who just wants to yell.
And present.
What?
Yeah.
That's a rude thing to say about your bird.
I didn't hear what you said. But yeah, so did the lava stop coming down when...
No. There's lava pouring from the ceiling and the door is closing. Like, if you don't enter the room on this turn, the door will close and you'll have to contend with that should you want to enter it later.
Yeah, I guess hearing Withers say that and caring about my buddy, I'm gonna, just on his respiration biology thing, I'm gonna hold my breath, step in, or like basically run in and try and dodge the lava and tap the
Candle.
light.
You're gonna put the candle out by pinching it out or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. So as you enter the falling lava here, I'll need a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, not great at it.
No, you're not. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you're gonna take 22 fire damage, but you do manage to get your ass over to the candle, which you put out. But even by the time you've let go of it, like, it's already lit again. The room is so hot, and there's like actual magma falling from the sky, right? Falling from the ceiling. But you are quickly teleported into a completely black room with no air. And that's kind of like that's just sort of like your movement and your action, and then the teleportation takes a split second. So if you have anything that you want to do with a familiar or a sort of bonus action command or whatever, that's cool, but that's mostly your turn.
Okay. Can I get out of dancing lights?
Is that a bonus action?
I don't know. No, look.
Sorry, what? Are we on the 4th level?
Yes.
No, it's an action. I'll get it.
But guys, just a reminder, it's
I have to be just
death
because
to fire, dino.
yeah, just because we're in initiative and because there's a limited number of turns, I have to be a little bit more strict on action economy. Normally I let you guys get away with bullshit, but
So it was it took a whole action to put it out?
that doesn't sound quite right. I'm thinking about it.
And I'm only moving 10 feet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You want to cast Dancing Lights?
Yeah.
So Orias, you're fumbling around in the dark, and suddenly this place lights up. Right? You've got like your water skin like poured out over yourself. You're like crawling along on the floor, feeling all the walls. What you see now that you can see in this room.
Hold on. Not to be a stickler or anything, but it's an anti-magic field, right?
Oh, you're right. Thank you. No, that's 100% correct.
Damn it, Chad! We almost got it.
You try to cast Dancing Lights and nothing happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Precious air and falling sand. Do you have any sand?
Do we have sand?
What? I think we dine or drown.
But precious air.
So yeah, so that's Sorry, that is true, Mortee. Both of these rooms are in an anti-magic field.
Yeah.
Nayana, you're up. So you also, I believe, Mortee, you can hold your breath for a very long time.
Yeah, an hour.
Yeah. So if you actually take a breath before you go in, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nayana, what do you want to do?
Nayana's initial reaction is to go after Arias, but Wongo's kind of influencing her to take a step back. I'm looking around and okay, so the lava is what's causing all the hotness, right?
Yeah. So you're looking into a small room. It's about 10 feet by 10 feet. There's lava falling from holes in the ceiling down onto the ground where it's then falling through holes on the ground. So it's like there's like a grate on the top and the bottom. And on the far side of the room, there's a human skeleton holding a candle. And you've watched two of your friends snuff that candle and be teleported away. But it relights just seconds after they snuff it because there's so much heat and fire in this room.
Now this might be a long shot, but I'm in a room with no magic, like I can't do magic.
You can do magic where you are. You can't do magic inside the 10 foot by 10 foot room to your north. You see on the map?
Yeah, I do. I wish I had my water wall spell, but I don't. But what I do have is Storm Sphere, and I'm wondering if I can create a storm to calm down the lava.
Sure. So you can't. Yeah, go ahead. So you can't cast it. You can't cast it inside the room filled with lava. Like it just when you try to focus your mind on a position inside that room, you can't. Like you can't. The part of your brain that is in charge of the magic that you cast is not able to do that, but you can put a storm sphere right outside that room. And you think that the water from this storm is not magical. Like it's being created magically, but it's normal water. And so you think that you might be able to get your storm to sort of fling water into that room.
Okay. That's something. I guess.
Yeah, you're definitely not looking at the full effectiveness of your spell, but yeah, if you're gonna blow a storm sphere here, you can definitely get it wet in there.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Cool. Can I see storm sphere?
Yeah. Let me pull it up. Sorry. Computer's kind of slow. Did I pull up?
I don't see it, but you might have to tell me what level. There it is. Perfect.
The level 4 concentration.
Yes. Cool. So you basically bring a storm to bear right outside this room, and you see that the storm, this like magic hurricane that you summon up, stops right where it intersects with this anti-magic sphere. But you're able to push water through that barrier, and you put a lot of water into that little 10-foot room, right? Enough so that the candle is hit by one of these bursts of water, right? Like you're throwing water, and the candle is hit, and the candle is immediately snuffed in the water. And you, even though you're standing outside the room, you are teleported away.
No!
And the room that you appear in is a cell that smells moldy and damp, and its damp walls are covered with living snails and oysters.
What?
A feature sculpture, and there's sculptural reliefs of tidal waves destroying coastal cities and ships. There's a merfolk skeleton embedded in one wall, clutching an iron sconce fitted with a burning red candle. Suddenly, lukewarm water begins to pour into the cell through rows of tiny holes in the 10-foot ceiling.
And is my storm sphere still up, or did that break?
So I don't know, your storm sphere might still be up if you want it to be, but it's not with you. Oh, but you're in an anti-magic field now. So,
Okay.
um,
Oh, this is bad for a druid.
yeah. So you are now in a small 10-foot by 10-foot chamber that is filling with water from the ceiling. There's a merfolk skeleton holding a burning red candle, and there's all these imagery all over of tidal waves and ships, and there's just a ton of snails and mollusks and stuff kind of clinging to the walls.
Oh no. Okay.
Diner Drown.
Nayana's like, Wongo, what do we do?
Iwango does not answer you. You hear a muffled, distorted voice that can't seem to penetrate this anti-magic field.
What?
Ooh.
Oh no. Okay. Nayana's all by herself. This sucks. All right.
Tyranny.
So the lava's falling down, right?
Yeah, there's lava falling. The
Whoa.
candle takes just a split second longer than the last time, but relights because it's just so hot and dry in the room.
Can I get in the room, or is it too late?
No, you have this one turn as your choice to whether you're going to enter or not. You'll be stepping into a room filled with falling lava. It'll hurt, but you can get in there if you like.
I'm really low on health, but I kind of want to eat the candle.
You want to eat the candle.
Yeah. It says dying.
You're not in that room though.
I know, but my computer's super laggy.
Yeah, it is.
When you talk, okay. Let me go.
Excuse me.
I know, but the lava's falling, the candle's there, so you have to eat the fire.
Death to fire, which means you put it out and that teleports you somewhere. Then there's 3 rooms probably. The one Nayana's in is Diner Drown. The one we're in is Precious Air, and there's probably one where sand starts falling.
So since Folly's at low health too, what are we gonna do?
Folly's at like a couple hit points, I think.
Yep.
At least Nayana has instructions, dine or drown. We just have Precious Air.
You're like, yeah, that seems precious to me.
It's for Mortee. Mortee's fine. He's got plenty of air.
Oh.
And is there anything are there any markings on the walls in that room?
Which one? The fire
The
one?
first one. I can only see the first one, right?
Yeah. You see the big feature is this skeleton, a human skeleton holding a candle, right? But all around it on the walls everywhere are like relief carvings where it's been carved into the wall of volcanoes destroying cities and fire and these kinds of imagery.
And that's it?
Mm-hmm.
So what if we put lava on the fire? The candle.
What?
Lava on the candle? I thought that's
There's plenty of lava hitting the candle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no clues to how to fix this.
Yeah, so if you guys knew if your characters knew what you guys know, you would not follow into that room. The question is, what would they do given what they know?
Yeah.
They teleported, so I don't even know you guys are in separate rooms. But I just keep seeing you disappear. I'm at low health. The lava's gonna burn me, so I probably wouldn't go in that room.
I'm over on the edge.
Yeah, that's.
But you have a Kubazan and you have evasion. You'd be like, we can dodge it all.
You do have evasion.
Yeah, but we're not gonna know what dodge means. Like, you guys just keep disappearing out of that room.
Right, I'm just talking about the lava.
If you want to risk going in, I can definitely pop at least one heal on you.
Yeah, if you want to charge in, if you pass it's a dexterity save. You saw Mortee do it. If you pass that dexterity save, you will take no damage. You will be able to literally walk through the rain and not
You try to dodge every turn.
Yeah, Also, speaking of, there's also the dodge action, which grants advantage on saving throws, dexterity saving throws.
So you could go stand in there and dance.
All right. Let's make sure my dog doesn't leave. Okay. All right. I can come back over here. Okay. I'm very stressed out right now.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because even if I go in that room, I don't know how to help.
Well, first just put yourself. Yeah, your computer is super slow. Just put yourself in a position where. Put yourself in your character's position. You have like an eighth of your life total, and
Yeah,
there's
you're
a
hurt.
down
I
from
know.
the
I'm
ceiling.
screaming with Kubazan, and Kubazan's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "No, we're gonna die. We're gonna die." He's just not being logical, and I'm trying to be logical because even if I get in that room, I can't help. I don't know how to help.
So you can win your argument with yourself.
Yeah, you go either way. You go either way.
Then I just stand outside the room, not doing anything. While my
Yeah,
friend,
you could just sit there and watch.
I think I start like pounding on the walls, like, "Guys, where'd you go?"
Yeah, you could search the walls.
Like outside here.
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. Let me see an investigation check.
A what?
Investigation.
Can I do it in here?
Yeah, you can.
This is very stressful. There has to be a hidden door into your secret rooms.
Just turn around without saying anything. Yeah. His ears, like, he looks like he's gonna fly when you turn around.
Why is it 0?
Cool. So you're looking around the walls. You don't really see anything remarkable, and the doorway to like that lava-filled room is going to close while you're poking around on the outside, looking for another way in or something like that. Kubazan is screaming in your head, but you think that it's just too dangerous to go inside.
I just don't think I can help. Should I just throw myself in? Is it too late?
Yeah, it's too late.
All right.
So Folly.
I think feet are more bad.
I forget. Did we already use all 3 of Keshma's spell
No.
casting?
Still got one spell.
And then okay, so Folly then goes. Keshma, I think my friends are in danger. What can you do to help them?
Okay. That's a route. So what Keshma is already sort of like pacing back and forth, and she's like, that's an anti-magic, I don't know. I'm not good in there. I'm not.
And then I say, okay, is there a way you can get us in there? Are there any other ways?
Yeah.
Can you help us search for a way in?
No, she says, I can get you in there. She goes, Keshma al-Wazir will shape the very walls to your will.
Oh!
And she basically touches this secret door that's closing, right? This door that's sealing off the
Right. The lava
it's
room.
sealing off the lava room, right?
Yeah.
And she basically pushes it, and it like at the edges of it, it begins to look like it's melted, right? And she pushes it to where it leans back and basically creates a false ceiling that is starting to that is blocking the lava from falling. So the room is only like 5 feet tall now, and just above this new ceiling is starting to fill with lava.
Nice. So the room, the part of the room horizontally that holds the candle is not lava.
You can still get to it, yeah.
Yeah, there's no lava there.
You can still get to the candle. It's just that the ceiling is much lower. There's no door. The door has been pushed up, and she used it to create a new ceiling that is retaining the lava pouring from the ceiling.
Cool. And So the candle has been,
and all of this happens. She like this is like on the door is like the furthest thing in that she can interact with, right?
Right.
Like she basically like melts the door and then pushes it up, and it like affixes itself as a new ceiling in there, but she's not able to shape it once it's inside, right?
Right.
Stone, because it's anti-magic, right?
Right.
So she's able to shape it outside and kind of give it a push, and it works okay, but you don't think it's going to hold that long.
And the candle is somehow intact, even though lava is really close to it.
Oh yeah, the candle looks like it's fine. It like it looks like, you know, like in a movie when they'll make a candle look like it has like wax beating down it, but like it never changes. It looks like a candle that has wax that's been dripping, but you haven't seen it change at all. It's clearly magical.
Okay, I go in there real quick and I try to cut the entire body of the candle away from its stand.
Okay.
Oh, so cute.
Like, not, I tried not to, you know, put out the flame though. I tried to like cut it off.
Nayana did it with water. Chad did it with hand. Dan did
So
it.
So
What is it?
when you enter this room, there's something about the room that, like, to Folly, this would be like an eerie silence. Like, it is detached from magic, and magic is music, right? Like the world is connected by a million strings, and you pluck those strings to bend it to your whims. That's the weave. That's and Folly, if she doesn't know that academically, she knows that intuitively, right? But there are no strings here, right? It's like a lute with no strings. It's like it's wrong and weird, right? And when you slice that candle like that, all of a sudden it's like someone flipped a switch and the sound is back.
Hooray!
Hooray!
In this little 10 by 10 chamber.
And then I step out of the room just to be safe from the lava.
Yeah,
and then
the lava is like she was not able to stone shape in the room, right? So she stone shaped outside and threw it up. So it's like got little holes in it. Lava starting to pool and poke through in little places.
And then I set the candle down carefully next to me, rest it against the wall here in case that still might do something, and keep the flame on.
Cool.
I think that you know what? And just in case Tyranny wants to do something, I throw all of my healing that I can at her.
Yeah.
So that is a healing word. Let's see. I'll just do it at level 1 for now. And that is also 3 healing lights.
So that's the bonus action in an action?
It's a reaction, technically. Is that?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. It's a reaction? That's fine.
Yeah. So 19 health for Tyranny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do something.
And then that's basically my turn. I can't really do anything else.
Okay, Arias. It's dark. You're muted.
It's dark. You're muted. He technically is. There's no air.
Yeah, there's no air. With no air, no sound, and no light, you probably don't know that Mortee is here.
Right.
And Mortee might not know that you're here.
And I would move to where I felt or saw that whatever thing being held by another skeleton.
Yeah. Let me get another perception or investigation check as you're like taking a good look at this.
Do better.
So cute. Hey, Dee,
Better.
before you go to bed tonight, can you move your car? We have to leave early in the morning.
Sure.
Thank you.
There is what you see here is a skeleton holding a candle. This skeleton to you though seems like at first you think it's like got like a bird head, like a bird skull, but as you feel out, it's actually got wings. Like it's like a. Do you think this might belong to like an Arakakra, like it's like a skeleton of a bird person, and he's holding a sconce with an unlit candle in it.
Well, I'm gonna light the candle.
Okay, how?
I can light things on fire that I touch.
You're in an anti-magic field.
Is that magic though?
It's your rage, right?
Yeah.
Or it's not your rage. It's
It's fire. Fire.
What is your barbarian thing called?
It's an effect of my rage.
Yeah.
My tree of rage.
Because a barbarian's rage is not magical. Neither is a dragon's breath. Like a dragon's breath is not subdued by an anti-magic field. So I might give it to you. In fact, and I will, because it's not going to matter that much. So you, just to keep the game running, this is fine. You focus your energy, you rage, right? There's a flash of heat that comes off of you, and there's a spark in your fingertips, but there's no air to sustain a burn on the candle.
But I don't know how to get air in here. So then, if that doesn't work, then I would get angry and just like try to rip the candle off the wall.
Cool. You do. You rip the candle off the wall, and with it, the arms of this skeleton, right? And you can't hear anything, but you feel like a little bit of resistance, and then the skeleton breaks, right? Like these brittle bones of this bird-like person break, and all his arms and all the different bones of his arms kind of fly around the room, and they're I'll take a perception check. Mortee as well.
Ooh, mirror image.
So Mortee might miss it, but you're right up next to it, and you hear the tiniest hiss that quickly dissipates as these bones clatter along all over the. You don't hear the clatter, but you hear little pops, I guess. And that'll be your turn.
Okay.
You have to like rub the bones together or something.
I think the bones hold air.
Mortee.
So, because Orias raged, two things. One, did I take damage from that? Or did the fire get to me?
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is not laid out in the spell descriptions. I want to say that his rage was fairly limp here.
Okay, but did it light him up like enough for me to see him?
Let's handle that with a perception check. Let's make another one. We'll call it a 12 DC.
Okay.
No. But you might have felt something off of it, right? Like it's like a radiant rage. You might have felt a flash of something.
Yeah. So I think, like, thinking about the warning, like falling sand, I think so like vacuum. Is there no gravity in here?
There is gravity.
There is gravity.
It's just a vacuum.
Just a vacuum. And how?
Yeah, you're new to the space. You feel free to just mosey around it. Probably bump into Chad that way.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Is just move around the room.
So
find Chad.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to make this perception because I know you prefer investigation, but let's be real. You're not investigating anything. You're trying to figure out what you're even looking at, right?
Yeah.
That's a wisdom check, probably.
Yeah.
So what you see with that? Okay, cool.
You gotta get in one of these times. There we go.
Okay, cool. So first of all, you bump into Chad, and you bump into like something recognizable about him. Maybe it's the big maze-like shield he wears on his back, or you poke yourself on his Triton as he's, whatever. Like you probably can determine that this is Chad. You also can tell that there are a handful of bones scattered around the room that you're like stepping on and kicking around with your foot. And you can tell that there are carvings in the walls, and the carvings on the walls seem to be of tornadoes. Like they're like all of like tornadoes, like ruining cities and stuff like that. You don't see the candle. You feel some bones embedded in the wall where the skeleton would be, but a lot of it has been scattered across the room, including the sconce holding the candle, which you don't happen to stumble upon as you're going through here. Arias might have it in his hand still. He's fucking with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I will. If it looks like he pulled at the skeleton, I'll pull at it some more too.
So you're going to pull out the skeleton?
Yeah.
Cool. So you're able to pry a couple more bones off of the wall, sort of at the near the end of your turn here, and you've worked with bones before, right? Mm-hmm. You'll get a nice good chance to investigate this thing with what limited senses you have. On your next turn, but what you immediately feel as you're holding this bone is that it's much lighter than like a human bone would be.
Yeah.
Let's take a little trip over to Nayana in her room.
Okay.
So your room at this point is about 1/10 full with water. There is a candle burning, held up by a skeleton of a merfolk. The candle's a red candle and it's burning. There are snails and oysters clinging to the wall, and you are in an anti-magic sphere, anti-magic field. So you can't use any of your magical abilities or wild shape or any of those fun things.
Hey, okay, I was gonna talk to the oysters and stuff, but I guess not.
Tyranny's yelling from the other room, "Eat them!"
Yeah, I was gonna say, as Chad pointed out earlier in the thing, it says dying or drown. So I'm gonna pluck one of them and just.
So there's oysters and snails. What do you want to grab?
Crap.
She put the flame out with water.
Oysters and
It's just like Alice in Wonderland, where like the cookie is one thing, but then the mushroom like makes you shrink. Like,
Yeah, well, there's no reason to.
yeah, I think I'll grab the oyster. Sure, I'll grab the oyster.
Okay. And you just eat it? You just
I
eat this live wriggling oyster?
I can't produce flame to like heat
No,
it up.
no, you can't.
That's how you normally eat oysters alive.
That's true.
You open and slurp them down.
Yep. She closes her eyes, holds her nose, and just does it.
Cool. You close your eyes, and then when you're startled to open your eyes because you are in a completely dark room with no light, no sound, and no air, and you begin to suffocate.
Oh no! What?
I'm gonna die.
She went
This is
somewhere else. She went with us.
Nayana's like, hello? Anybody?
We can't hear anything. There's no air.
There's no air.
It's a vacuum, so no sound.
Someone give her CPR.
In space, nobody can hear you scream.
In space, nobody can hear you scream. Tyranny, you're outside.
She cries in a corner.
And the door is closed now, right?
No, it's like pressed open and there's lava falling through it.
But we have the candle out with us.
Yeah.
Do you think it has anything to do with the skeleton holding the candle?
I should have eaten this meal.
Well, death to fire,
Should I just
Is-
grab the skeleton?
I think he killed her by cutting the
Right.
like he killed the candle. So it's already not magical in there.
Yeah.
Maybe see if the lava's still raining down.
Is the lava still raining down?
So you guys used Keshma's final spell. She stone-shaped the outside door and pushed it up into the anti-magic field to try to create a barrier. And you can see some lava leaking through where she was unable to perfectly seal the ceiling. But you can't tell if that's just the residual or if there's more coming.
You think I should like go in there and bookmark the skeleton?
It's killing me.
I don't think killing a skeleton. I don't know. I don't have any. So sure, you want to
That's
kill.
the only thing I can think of. I mean, I've used perception on the outside. Should I try and... I can use perception on the inside and then bookmark the skeleton. That's all
Here,
I...
you want to try to attack the skeleton?
Yeah, because what else can I do?
You can put out the candle, Tyranny.
No! Hear that.
Okay. You attack the skeleton. You just wail on it, and it cracks and breaks, and you're able to pry parts of it off of the wall with your bookmark, no problem. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. And we already looked for perception in that room, right?
Yeah. So as you look around the room, I mean, there's pictures of volcanoes all over the walls. There was a skeleton holding a candle, but you've taken the candle and now you've destroyed the skeleton. So now there's just a mess of bone chips and
Yeah. There's no secret doors or buttons.
doesn't seem like it.
And if I put out the candle with water, then I'm gonna end up in that snail room. If I put out the candle with air, I'm gonna end up in the no air room. And I'm just gonna suffocate because I can't help you. I feel helpless. I don't know what to do. I start banging on the walls.
Cool. Bang on the walls. I mean, that's fine. It's fine. It's kind of cool to have a character moment where you can't think of anything to do. It's a terrible dungeon.
Healed me so I could do something, and now I don't know what to do.
I mean, you're doing what you can.
Since I'm so strong, can I break down a wall?
Yeah, let's get a strength check.
Can you do a strength check?
You're very strong.
Save your strength check.
Check. It would be athletics, but I don't think she's proficient. Yeah, I mean, you are wailing on a solid stone wall, and it's not. You're not gonna like you're getting in there. You're finding little tiny cracks and prying with your dagger. You don't think you're gonna get through it quickly.
And
Maybe with all day.
oh, not even a little crack to let oxygen into that room.
Well, the next room isn't the air room, anyways. But you don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you try to do some damage to the walls, but they're tough. And now I need to see what Folly wants to do.
So first of all, Folly decides to pull out the sending stone and send a message.
Which has been spent today, hasn't it?
All of it?
I think you guys sent 2 messages back and forth, right? While you were in the oubliette?
Oh,
Yeah, I think so.
Was
Or
it?
did you not send the last one back?
No. There were 2. It doesn't have 3 charges. It's 2.
No, it's 2.
Oh, okay. Then instead, I'll use my message. Oh, wait. Is this line of sight?
In messages line of sight.
I can cast through solid objects if I'm familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier. The barrier I can go through is 1 foot of stone.
Yeah, you think that? I mean, sorry.
Includes magical silence, but it is. You guys are in an anti-magic shell,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
But you're outside of it, so if you cast it outside to go through, would it work?
I mean, I'm guessing not. It goes through magical silence, but even that, the magical silence itself is magic. So this is
Right.
anti-magic, which is different. Okay. Yeah. Hell. All right. Fuck it. I try to. I'm gonna just see what happens. I'm gonna put out the candle.
How are you gonna put it out?
I'm just gonna snub it into the wall.
Yep. You begin to suffocate. You're in a room with no light, no sound, and no
God
air.
damn it.
Oh my gosh.
Now it's getting a little crowded.
Can we extend our arms out and like
At this point, you guys are probably bumping into each other. It's a 10 foot by 10 foot room, so imagine like the size of a bedroom with 4 people all like choking and fumbling around and trying to figure out what's going on. You're probably bumping into each other.
and Mortee takes the size or space of like 3 people, so
Morty's big.
yeah.
I see everybody.
Okay, Arias, you're up.
Wait, that's my action?
Oh, sorry. It's like a bonus, I guess. What do you want to do with your action?
Yeah, well, so I can see everybody.
Oh.
Does it seem
How
like...
does Devil's Sight work?
Is it magical or just your eyes?
That's a good question.
Does it give you dark vision?
It gives me... I mean, yes, but it's not dark vision per se. It's vision
okay.
that I can see in
So
the dark.
it's probably okay here. Nayana, though, for sure, can also see everything clearly. I didn't realize.
Oh,
she's a
because
half-elf.
hers is biological, right.
Yeah, she can. Your magic vision is suppressed because you're in an anti-magic field.
Yeah, is it suppressed?
Yes,
Being
you can't see. You're blind.
with like a
You're
pact?
blinder. You're blinder than you've ever been.
Interesting.
But Nayana can see.
Okay. And I can't breathe. Okay.
No, and you can't breathe. You're suffocating. What's your Constitution modifier?
1.
What's Nayana's Constitution modifier?
Well, pull it up. Sorry, I had to switch spots because my
That's
dog
fine.
was killing me.
2.
Cool. She's got a couple turns.
Okay.
I'm gonna die.
And
See the candle on the floor, right? Who has
Oh, what happened to my life?
Holding the
Yes,
candle.
Nayana can see it. Arias probably still has the candle.
Did my life go down?
wow.
Does it look so little here?
There's nothing I can do. All right.
Happens.
Oh,
Arias.
goodness.
I just prepared it. Yeah, it's my turn. All right. So I still can't actually see anything, right?
You can't see shit, but there's all these bones scattered around. There's bones in the wall. You're holding this candle.
Do any of the bones look like they're creating like a cage shape, or is it all just like flat bones?
Like you're looking for like a rib cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could figure that out. Yeah, they were. Some of them have. When you pulled this thing, you broke some off.
Okay.
Like it was like everything was kind of held together by tension, and you kind of broke it. But you can, yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So I want to look for, or I want to try to grab with quickness in mind. I want to grab the biggest bone.
Yeah.
That I can find that's not damaged.
Yep. So you move through it. You find basically like a femur, right? Like a big old femur. And interestingly, on each end of it, it is basically like the tips of it look like they feel like, as you're touching around, they feel like wax on
like
both
wax
sides of it.
Top of bone or waxing closing.
Yeah, as you touch it, it feels like you could punch your finger through into a hollow space inside the bone.
All right, so I have two ideas, but I'm gonna go with the first one. I'm going for broke. I'm gonna try to get the candle wick and my finger inside that, so that my finger can light the candle wick inside the bone.
Okay. You do this. The candle lights, and over a couple through a couple seconds of burning, burns through all of the air that was inside of this wax sealed bone, emitting a tiny bit of light through which you can see this tube of air used. And then the candle goes out as it runs out of air.
Oh no. All right, well, you'll tell me if I can do this. The second thing I want to do is grab another bone and suck in the air from it.
Yeah, this is probably like, it's only a couple seconds of thing. And whether you do it right this turn or on the next, let me read. So you break the wax seal, which is clearly a wax seal that was put there, right? And you suck the air in, and instantaneously this room is connected again to the weave.
Ooh! Yay.
All of you in the room feel the connection to your powers return. And you, Orias, are teleported away.
I know.
What is he
Start
teleporting
to
to?
appear as everyone can like see each other again, and then disappear.
Yep. Well, yeah, you can't. Not necessarily. I guess Mortee still wouldn't be able to see, but because it's still dark, it's still a vacuum. But your air.
Oh, I see.
The air doesn't come back, but your magical powers come back.
Okay.
And you see this.
What the F?
And we'll talk about this in a sec, but I'm trying to see where you okay, you appear there. Cool. You see a tomb filled with terracotta warriors kneeling in neat ranks around a polished wood coffin. Between the warriors, 4 aisles scattered with broken pottery lead up to the coffin, whose painted lid shows a leopard with serpents sprouting from its shoulders.
Is that one of the gods?
Yeah, that's Shagambi. The Kubit. What's it called? The Commandant, Shagambi. We'll run through the other guys. Your powers are back, Mortee. You can tell.
Yeah. But holding one of those bones and maybe catching a little flicker of fire from Ori's little test, I'm gonna check my bone out too.
Yeah, it's got a wax seal on either end. Looks like a scroll tube.
Yeah. Let's breathe it in.
Yep. And you are teleported away. And you appear in the same Shigambi's tomb as Arias.
I'll see Arias over there and I'll wave to him.
Yeah, you're on. Yeah, you're on different corners.
Hi, buddy.
Nayana.
Nayana.
Unless you had more, you wanted to do Mortee, but
yeah, just one thing. I would signal to Arias the sound to not make the signal to not make any sound.
Okay.
So Nayana, you were able to watch Arias and Mortee suck the air out of these bones.
Yeah. I'm suffocating.
Yeah, you are.
Are there any more bones around?
Tons. There's a whole skeleton's worth.
Okay. Nayana throws one at Folly's head, and then she gets one for herself. And she does the same thing that she just watched Mortee and Orion do.
So you throw a bone at Folly. Folly takes 6 points of damage. I'm just kidding. He has 5 more.
It's like, I drop unconscious, I die.
Yeah, and so you suck down that bone, and now your devil sight has come back to you, Folly, and you're able to see her do that.
I'm all alone.
Did it come back in time for me to see Nayana at least?
Yeah,
for
sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Cool.
I think you would have seen me too, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Tyranny, you are all alone.
Wait, was I teleported?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm all alone. Candle is smashed through the wall.
Yep, the wick is still burning. Like he put it out, but now it reignited. Just as soon as it yeah, it's just burning.
And I'm yelling, "Folly, Folly, Folly!" and I can't hear anything.
Yep.
Kubazan's like, "Let's eat the candle."
Yeah, let's eat the candle.
I ate the candle. That's what I wanted to do.
You ate the candle.
Oh Jesus. Does it taste waxy?
He's like, "This is the worst idea, Kubazan."
Okay, so you eat the candle, and you are teleported to a room that is now quite full of water.
Oh
no.
God.
And there are snails and oysters crawling around.
And then Kubazan's like, "Ooh, escargot!" And he picks up a snail and throws it in my mouth, and I'm gagging on all of the wax and the snail.
Cool.
That's gross.
You choose snail.
Oh no!
Oh no! Wrong one!
You appear
Oh no.
in a room.
Stand.
You appear in a room that the walls of this stone cell are covered in reliefs showing desert sands swallowing the ruins of civilization. A bas-relief of a robed Medusa dominates one wall. It wears a stone necklace with an obsidian pendant and clutches an iron sconce with a burning red candle in it. Sand begins to fall from tiny holes bored into the 10-foot high ceiling, and you hear a rumbling noise under the floor.
Good luck.
The best. You guys are the best.
Trigger 4 parts of the job.
All 3 of them. Gotta get them.
You managed to see all 4 elemental cells. Congratulations. Okay, Tyranny. We'll come back to you. Folly, you're up.
Wait, do we get exploration experience?
Yeah.
For
you discovered the Earth cell.
So what did I see exactly? I saw people lifting bones to their mouths.
Yes.
And that's basically all I saw before they
Yes.
disappeared.
They just disappeared.
So I bring the bone that was thrown into me by Nayana, and I bring it to my mouth, and I'm like, now what? I just kind of like lick it and like
You gotta smoke out of it. You gotta pack the bowl.
So as I'm like playing around with it with my mouth, I guess at some point I'd inhale a bit.
Yeah, you'd probably notice that you notice that there's a wax seal on it, right?
Oh, right.
Like
yeah,
it's
That's
not
true.
like a natural thing. Like someone like took each of these bones, hollowed out one end,
right.
put wax to seal air in, and then reassembled the skeleton.
Yeah, and I see the seal and I puncture it with my tongue and I breathe.
Cool. Let me see 1d3.
No. Do I have
happened?
to?
I just asked for a 1d3.
On its own.
Good.
Okay, cool. You appear and shove Orias off of the teleporter
Yeah.
that he's standing on.
Get out of here.
Let me see what happens.
No.
With a what?
Hold on.
Oh.
This is horrible.
You might die. I don't know what to do about falling sand.
Okay. First of all, I missed some stuff.
Uh
First of all, I missed some stuff.
oh.
First thing, Arias, when you appeared on this teleporter, you took 18 force damage.
Oh my god.
And Mortee can see from across the way that while he's standing on what looks like a relatively normal teleportation rune, yours is flickering and sparking. And so when you came in, you took 18 force damage. When Folly queues up behind you on the same teleporter, I need you to roll another 1d3, Folly, for which direction you're going to shunt Arias. 1 would be left, 2 would be right, 3 would be south.
Ooh. Another one. Jesus.
You said 18 force damage?
Yes.
Wait, did we all take force damage?
No, your teleporter looks good to you, and so does Nayana's. But the one on the north end of the room that Arias came in on seems to be sparking like crazy. Like the rune is flickering and it's sparking like crazy.
Curse you dwarves that suck at repairing.
And Folly, you come into this rune and take 18 force damage.
I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
No.
So I just see this unconscious Folly hurtle through space and slam me off of a teleport circle.
Good time, bro.
Does Wongo say anything to them?
Wongo says to you, he says, "Look at all these statues. They've got to come alive. We should smash them all. Let's start smashing them. Smash them now."
Yes.
Does anyone can people see me in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 of you.
Oh, okay, so Nayana's like slowly walking over to the statue with her arm extended
Cool.
with a smile on her face.
That's super cool. We will get to your turn in a minute.
Yeah.
Uh,
Leaps in silence.
Orias.
So I fell and nothing happened to me from falling.
Right. Yeah, you didn't. So there's like an army of terracotta warriors filling this room, and then down the passages to that you see them on the map, that little cross through the middle. It's all broken pottery. But you were not pushed onto any of that. You were pushed harmlessly onto this side square that you're on.
And I can cast magic now, right?
Yep.
So let me see something. Okay. I was gonna healing word, but there's a verbal component. So I'm gonna quietly stabilize Folly.
Sure.
You mean quietly?
He just means he's not going to cast a spell.
Oh.
He's just going to stabilize you. Cool. Yeah, you're able to patch him up.
And then if I can move after that,
Yeah, sure.
Wait, does this pottery look like it would crunch under my footsteps?
Oh yes.
Dadgummit. Mm.
You have the jumping ring.
What do you?
Component too. I'm trying to see if any of my spells don't have verbal components.
Yeah, a lot. Most do. Magic's not usually subtle.
Yeah, they're all verbal, so I'm not gonna cast anything at all. I don't think that. So I'm gonna, and then with my movement, or if I have enough ability left, I'm gonna like try to. No, I'm not gonna move anything. I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm just gonna stay like this.
Take a long rest.
Just take a long sleep. Don't roll over in your sleep.
Yeah.
Long rest.
And do a snort.
Can Mortee cast silence?
Mortee does not know silence, so no.
We're in trouble.
You guys need to have a scroll of silence.
You know who does know silence?
I'm sure silence has a verbal component to it, though.
Oh, you know what? Can I ready something?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I want to, if the army comes to life, I'm going to rage.
Okay.
So did I hear when Folly came in and shoved or shunted Orias, did they make any noise when that happened?
No, not really. Not appreciably. You know, a little whomp sound, a little teleporter sound, but nothing loud.
Gotcha. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to necessarily whisper the verbal components of a spell, would I?
You could try. That would be a stealth check.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just check out. Let me get a real close look at one of these warriors.
Yeah. They look like Chultan warriors. They're bare-chested with a spear and a shield. They have maze tattoos, even in the with a different color of clay. They're orange. They're terracotta, right? They're like these orange statues that look like they're made of pottery or whatever. They're not particularly detailed, but the likeness, I mean, you can tell what they are. They are Chultan warriors.
Okay. I will prep a fireball should they come alive.
Okay. Nayana.
Nayana is.
We gotta smash them. Look how many there are. We have to start now.
Yeah, she's smart.
We can't kill this many.
Yeah, so Nayana extends her arm out, and she's trying to fight it, right? She's trying to fight Longo, but she just can't. So she just smiles, and she slowly starts walking with her arm extended out to the statues.
Cool. Is that your whole turn?
Yeah. That's it. Like, I'm fixated.
Cool. Tyranny.
Yep.
You're in such a cool place, Tyranny. There's sand falling from everywhere. And you notice, you're fairly perceptive, right? What's your perception? What's your wisdom?
My perception.
Wait down there.
My perception 7.
Great. Yeah, no problem. You see, as you're looking around the room, you see that there seems to be a seam running all the way around the room, a couple inches, what does it say? About 6 inches away from the wall, all the way around the square room.
Sorry, I see a seam running around the room 6 inches.
Yeah. So it's like 6 inches from the wall, all the way around the entire square room. There seems to be a slot or a slit in the floor, like a seam.
Okay. And there's a Medusa holding a necklace?
Yeah, there's a bas relief, so it's carved into of a robed Medusa. It's wearing a stone necklace with an obsidian pendant and a burning red candle.
Sorry, she's clutching the obsidian and something red candle.
Yeah, she's got like a sconce, like a candle holder,
Oh, okay.
with a candle in it, and around her neck, in the carving around her neck, there's a big obsidian pendant, like a big pendant with a black stone.
Okay. And falling sand. Falling sand.
What do you see?
A robed Medusa with a black stone necklace and holding a candle with a red flame.
Is the black stone necklace actually there, or just? Okay.
So it's actually there in that it's carved into the wall, right? Like it was like a solid block of stone, and the artist carved away at that stone until there was a 3D Medusa, but it's all stone, except for a big black gemstone that's been embedded into the statue where the gem and the necklace would be.
I feel like I put the candle out with sand or something. Falling sand. That's all it says.
Maybe have the falling sand fall on the either candle or the black stone.
Well, I can't move the black stone. It's in the wall, right?
Right. You want to take a look at it?
Yeah.
Let me see a perception check.
Okay. Tyranny.
It's a button, but it doesn't. It feels like it should depress further than it does. There's something preventing it from. There's something preventing it from traveling all the way. Like you can feel some wiggle to it, like it's supposed to depress in, but you can't press it very far, and you think it should go further.
Even though I'm super strong.
You want to try? You want to force it?
Don't break it.
Nah, I don't. I gotta do something with the candle. And there's a seam around the floor.
Yeah, and at this point already, the sand is like 6 inches deep and continuing to fall.
Wait, there's a seam around the floor?
Can I push the sand into the seam?
Yeah, so at this point, the whole floor is covered in sand. But yeah, you saw a seam all the way around the wall, and it's completely covered now. But if you like get down there and move the sand, you can see. And as you're examining it, you push the sand out of the way to like look at that seam and try to like see what you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
You see that the center of the floor of the room, like you're seeing the seam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Try to describe it right. So it's about 6 inches away from the wall. So we'll call that 6 inches the wall side, right? That's the wall side. On the other side, it's starting to bow under the weight of the sand.
Like the floor might give out?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
If the floor gives out, I'm dying. I'm dead. First, go into this.
I don't know. Who in this group would you guys elect to deal with a room without a floor?
Yeah, she has slow fall and walk on water. I'm sure that's the same as walk on the sand.
Okay, so the button won't push, so I gotta figure out how to push the button. So I want to put out the candle and then push the button.
You put out the candle?
Yeah,
Cool. You put out the candle.
nothing happens.
Nothing happens. We can come back to your turn.
Yeah.
Cool. So the rest of you guys are in Shigambi's tomb and maybe wondering where the hell Tyranny is.
No.
Folly, you don't need to make a death save because Orias has stabilized you.
Yeah. I'm unconscious.
You're unconscious. Orias, what's up?
Sorry. All right, so I'm here now. Nothing's changed.
Well, you see you see Nayana fixated, walking towards one of these terracotta statues, and I think she might be holding Wongo's mace.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Sorry, I've been brainstorming with Tyranny.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
What do I have in my bag of tricks?
Just let Nayana do it.
Yeah, I'm sure she can kill 48 terracotta warriors.
Oh yeah, totally. Do I think that I can get through? Like, is there room to fit between the soldiers?
Do you want to try to not touch the soldiers or just force your way through?
I mean, I'd like to know if there's room to do it without touching them.
So that would involve a check, right? Pushing your way through is difficult terrain, right? Like that's just like walking through a crowd of people. But trying to like slip around through each thing without touching, as they're from around their spear, around their arm, through the legs of this one, that's gonna be a dexterity check.
And do I think that would be harder, or walking through the aisle without crunching plaster would be harder?
As big as you are, you're a barbarian. You think you might have better luck not trying to squeeze through tight spaces. You might have better luck stepping through
Right.
the pottery minefield, such as it is. They're both checks, though.
Is there anything like could I attach a rope to anything over here?
The warriors.
What about the stand, the like teleporter stand?
There's nothing on the teleporter stand, but there are like torch things, places like torch stands on the walls and stuff like that. You can find something.
Well, I don't want to find something that could support my weight.
Yeah, so I mean, the stuff like that's probably made out of stone or steel or iron. I mean, you can find something on the wall that looks reasonably sturdy. What are you trying to do?
So I want to tie a rope to that, and then throw it to Mortee to tie to his end.
Okay, yeah, I think we could do that.
Mortee.
I had a different idea.
So I'm gonna tie the thing to my side of the wall, and then I'm gonna like hold the rope in my hand and point at it, and then point at you.
And I'll give you the 1 minute thing, and then just like and point to myself.
Okay, so I'll wait. But I'm gonna ready a different thing this time. If the army starts to wake up, I'm going to sprint down the aisle and open the casket.
Okay. Cool. Mortee, it's your turn.
Okay. So I am going to grab the bag of holding that I keep with me and set it on the ground and put my head in it.
Bro?
Okay, I don't know where you're going yet.
Hello, team?
And kind of close around my head.
Uh-huh.
And then cast levitate. Say the verbal component for levitate while doing the material, the somatic component with my hand.
Interesting.
Fuck.
Interesting.
I mean,
All right.
I've got to give that one to you.
That's creative.
And if I'm able to get it off, then I want to lift up Nayana before she can get to the terracotta warrior.
Great. That's a strength check from Nayana. Right?
Yeah,
Mortee, leave Nayana alone. She has to do this.
But as I'm looking at you while I'm doing it, I'm gonna point to the thing in the middle.
Oh, babe, you changed this to Mortee.
Just close Mortee. I left Nayana open.
Did you? I don't think you did. Oh, yeah, you did. Thanks. Okay.
So what's your spell save DC? I think that's how levitate works, right? She makes a strength save against levitate.
Yeah, if she's gonna fight me on it.
Yeah, if she's gonna fight you on it. Sounds like she's fighting you on it.
I mean, it looks like it, right? It's a con save. That's still a really good roll for a con save.
I'll do it, babe.
That's even probably better for her.
You're right. It's +2 con. Yeah.
So she's able to resist your levitation. You feel someone trying to pick you up, like this ghostly hand trying to pick you up, Nayana, but you're determined.
Fuck.
Determined to do what?
Let's see. I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't be in this situation. Is that enough to kind of like, I guess, shake me out of it? Like,
That's all right. Just think about Nayana. Think about how much she cares about her friends, how much she cares about Wongo, and whether she thinks Wongo's right, that we should destroy as many of these as we can before they start moving.
well, Nayana shakes her head as she fights this thing that was happening to her, and she's like, Wongo, you're such an idiot. We're gonna die if we do this.
Do you say that out loud?
No, I say it like it's an inner dialogue.
Yep. Wongo says, there's 48 of them. We could probably smash a dozen of them before they start moving.
And then I'm like, but how do you know that? How are we gonna survive? Who's gonna save us? Are you gonna save us? You didn't save me in the other room. I couldn't even hear you.
I'm sure Arias will run in there and fight, and then we just step on the teleporter and leave.
We don't know how to get out of here.
I'm sure these teleporters do it. I don't really think that far ahead, Nayana. As long as we've got friends here, they'll die first.
Wow.
She smiles, and then she kind of takes a step forward again towards the statue, but that levitation fight thing that happened was enough to snap her out of it.
Cool.
And then she just tells Mongo to shut up.
Tyranny. The sand continues to fall, and any second now, you think that the floor is going to give way in the middle of this room.
All right. So the button won't push all the way down. The candle's out. So I think I relight the candle. And
So where are you standing? You're
near
like,
near the Medusa.
cool. So you're standing in respect to the seam here. You're not in the middle of the room. You're up against the wall.
Yeah.
Cool. As you're messing with the candle, the floor in the middle of the room gives out under the weight of all of this sand, and it just falls. And what you see below are two giant stone rolling pins that are just like grinding up against each other. Everything that falls down into the pit, anything larger than sand, would be obliterated between these two rolling pins.
Okay.
The floor gives out, and you're standing on a very small, slippery ledge.
Okay.
But you did know. So I need a dexterity save with advantage.
Hold on. You can run up walls.
Dad says I can run up walls, but I'm on the ledge. I'm okay.
Well, you're having to make a save. You're gonna try to run up on the wall?
Well, can't I just stand on the ledge?
You can try. The ledge is only 6 inches and covered in slippery sand, right? So that's a dexterity save to keep your footing as all this sand starts to fall into this big pit. Like imagine a room filled with sand and then a hole opens up in the middle. It's almost like water through a drain, right?
Yeah. Okay, so can I do the dexterity save to see if I can stay on the ledge? And then if I can't, then run up the wall?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have no problem maintaining your footing here on this ledge. You see all the sand just falling between these two rolling tumblers down below that just like crush everything that falls through. Like even the sand is turned into like a powder, like a smoke as it passes through. And you hear, as you're standing right next to the button, you hear a click somewhere inside the Medusa statue.
Like push the button again.
Yep. Okay, cool. Let me see a 1d3 from you.
1, 3.
Yeah, type it.
Oh, okay.
Now you can drop down. Nope, you gotta type it.
Or you can roll a d4 and we can re-roll 4s. It's fine.
Yeah. Tell me what.
Slash roll. Nice. 1d3.
That's in my rule. Sorry.
Rule.
And
Cool. You appear on the north teleporter.
Oh my gosh.
You take 18 force damage,
Hello?
and you shunt Folly in a direction. Let me see a 1d3.
Do I fail a death save?
No, you're okay.
Wait, no, let's count. Okay. All right, and then
Another 1d3.
roll another 1d3. Okay. Oops.
Which way is my body gonna launch?
Lucky you.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Oh, another person comes in through this sparking teleporter on the ground, shunting Folly around again. Or I guess not again, but... Cool. So we can break initiative now that nobody's in the elemental cells.
Can we take a long?
How did she get out?
What?
How did she get out?
She waited until the floor gave way, which let her push the button on the Medusa thing. But she very much did not want to be standing in the middle of the room or gave way.
Got it.
Was that the only option? What was the candle about?
Candle was just a red herring.
Wonderful.
All the candles.
Literally a red.
Every one of those candles except for the first one was just there to make you waste time in rooms that wanted to.
Well, it also lit up the rooms.
Yes, but also let you see the rooms.
Guys, that was so stupid.
I mean, you're the one that ate the snail.
Yeah.
And the candle.
Wait, I did. Wait, so there was oysters.
Oysters took you to the air room. Snails took you to the earth room.
Putting out the candle anyway, besides pinching it, took you to the.
I had to make a call. It's if you douse it or suffocate it, but she ate it, so I had to make a call.
Could go either way. Yeah.
And it was more fun to send her to the water.
Not me, Kubazan. Plus, Kubazan loves snails.
But yeah, we're out of initiative. That's cool. What do you guys want to do about these terracotta? Okay.
Let's get Folly out.
Yeah, how do you get Folly out?
I'll point at Nayana and then point at Folly. Like,
Are you trying to levitate us?
yeah, I will pick Folly's body and carry her over to you. And set her down in front of you. And then like gesture at you like, you know what to do, come on.
What? What am I supposed to do?
She's passed out.
Oh.
Heal her.
Yeah, I don't know, cause like, I don't know about that. I don't know. Like, I asked Longo, like, should I? I just shut you up, but should I?
Well, Wongo says, well, I mean, it's not. Is it hard? Is it hard to heal him? Because she seems to die a lot when maybe it could be us. Maybe it's better if you make her just die every time for us. If it's not hard. If it's hard,
If I think that Mortee is conveying to Nayana to actually heal her, I'll be like frantically doing this, and on the other side, like, no, don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nayana, what's your healing word? Which word do you say?
Oh yeah, Nayana's healing word is rise.
Yeah.
And then I will start carrying Folly back away. No.
God damn it. Folly's just like
Nayana just looks at Mortee and shrugs. And the reason why Nayana's hesitant, I would think, is because like the whole like, finding out what was said about like,
Oh right, Folly and Nayana aren't really friends.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can you do sign language?
Does it look like I could lift if I try and lift the lid of the sarcophagus?
Yeah. You want to try?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody wants a long rest first.
How long? What's your up to 500 pounds? Okay. Let me read for a second. So as you lift the lid of the coffin, you lift it up, and a barely visible string tied to the lid of the coffin pulls a small key out of a small music box resting in the coffin.
Ah, shit.
Which begins to play a haunting melody.
Oh no.
As 48 terracotta warriors
all
spin to look at the coffin and draw swords. Roll initiative.
Can Nayana reach out and knock one of them over now?
On your turn.
Oh.
Does Folly roll initiative?
Yeah, Folly should roll initiative.
Does she roll...
In case she gets a fucking turn.
Does she roll disadvantage at being unconscious?
No, she gets initiative because she's gonna miss her turns anyways, right?
Nayana tells Longo, damn it, I should have listened to you.
Oh,
holy fuck, guys.
Yeah. I kind of screwed the pooch on that one.
Okay, this is gonna be AoE spells galore if you can do it.
If you're all just looking at the coffin, let's all just still be quiet.
And why didn't we all take a long rest first?
Oh my god. This is beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Everything's
Singing about the fire. But I still think that we should see if we can just be quiet.
You don't think so? Like they all look at the music box as if taking orders, like in a military sense. Then they all nod as they draw swords, and then they all turn to whichever one of you is closest.
Oh no.
Whose turn is it?
It's Folly's turn, but she can't do anything because nobody healed her.
No, it's not.
Feels terrible, man.
Oh yeah, Liz is not on the.
Oh,
she
what's
crit it.
her? Oh, she has a
She crit-
20.
Oh
Yeah, she
wow.
crit it.
All right.
Oh, so that does change things. Let me add her real fast.
Hmm.
Okay, Nayana, you're up.
Okay. Nayana is going to. Oh, Nayana's like stuck. Should she take her thorn whip and try to knock a few over at a time?
Thorn whip.
So now I will yell, "Heal Folly!"
Oh, yeah. Should I heal Folly first? Or... I don't know. Folly didn't want me to survive. So
Only because of Wongo.
what?
It's only because of the Wongo inside of you.
Yeah, but the Wongo's still inside of me, so I would probably
That's true.
react. I guess.
I mean,
Nayana looks at Arias. She kind of shrugs, and then she
Nayana has really a lot of good big area spells too, right?
yeah. But Nayana rolls her eyes and she goes, "Fine, I'll heal Folly first."
Okay. Well, remember that's your bonus action to heal someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still got your main
So
action.
you can still drop another spell.
Oh, that really sucked. Hold on, she's gonna try luck.
You can't like that one.
You can't use luck on that. Luck
Oh,
goes
you-
only for D20 rolls.
That sucks.
But you get 1 hit point, Folly.
That's okay. I'm awake now.
Hey.
There's not much difference between 1 and 3. Let's be real.
Yeah, you're good. That's fine.
Folly or Nayana turns to Folly and goes, "You're welcome." And then
I like that it's the minimum heal. That you can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
It's like it's literally the least you could do for him.
man, there are so many good spells. I feel like Blight, but Blight's towards 1.
Yeah.
And Polymorph is towards 1
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
I have wall.
But you can polymorph your allies is a thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Bro?
I think I'm gonna create a wall of fire.
Oh, hey yo.
Whoa.
Okay, let's talk about that. How does that look?
Wait, are these stone terracotta
They're-
warriors?
They're terracotta, right? So they're like like the
Anacotta.
what?
Anacotta.
Oops, my bad. Hold on.
Wait,
Terracotta. It's like orange clay.
But what I'm saying is they didn't turn into like living flesh when they
No,
woke up.
there seem to be some sort of construct. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Here, this is the wall of. Wait, why is it not showing up?
I see. You did 15 fire damage.
Yeah.
I don't know. She was looking to give you
The spell description. That's fine. I can pull that up. But what do you want to do exactly with it? Because you have a couple choices. You can make it 60 feet long, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick, or a ring up to 20 feet in diameter. So do you want to make a wall or a ring?
Oh. Oh. Dan.
It's up to you.
I want to make a ring.
Cool. So you can make a ring, like, you could honestly, up to 20 feet in diameter. So
Yeah.
you could make a ring that basically hits that basically makes a ring around all of the terracotta warriors and leaves all of you guys outside of it.
Yeah.
And then you have to pick a side of the wall, inside or outside of the wall, that you're pushing extreme heat to. So basically, it's safe to approach the wall from one side, but not the other. So if you're making a ring, you have to choose whether it's safe outside of the wall or inside of the wall.
Outside of the wall or inside of the wall?
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're making a donut, right?
I would say because we're all outside.
You want it to be safe on the outside.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so you make a 20-foot radius wall of fire. So, yeah.
That's insane. I love this spell.
Wall of fire is crazy.
You saw it recently from Withers.
But that's the same one?
Yeah.
Yep.
He did it on us.
That's...
Why can't I select my own friggin' draw? Well, that lives there now. I can't get it. I can't select it. Maybe I drew it to the map player. Hello, team? You guys see it, right?
Yeah, we see that.
Okay, I can't move it, so.
Well, there's the one I drew, and then there's the one you drew.
Yeah, the one you drew is actually better. So, wall of fire. You look like you rolled 15 damage on it.
Yeah.
One side of the wall selected by you when you cast the spell deals 5d8 fire damage to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side or inside of the wall. So we're gonna mark 15 damage each to a bunch of guys. So you're just gonna have to give me just a second. But
Okay.
that's Nayana's turn, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Looking at the wall of fire burning these warriors, does it look like it's doing real?
Oh yeah. They start to blacken in some places, and some of their like they seem to be falling apart a bit.
Perfect.
Dang.
I'm not gonna mark all these guys. So you hit all of them plus all within 10 feet of the wall. All that you intersect plus all within 10 feet. So basically all except for this central square have all been hit. Yeah, you erupt this wall of fire that can go up to 20 feet tall. So you go floor to ceiling, this wall of fire that separates your friends. You guys can't see each other anymore through this roaring fire that has engulfed all of these terracotta warriors. Folly, you're up with 1 hit point.
And just to be clear, sorry, I was a little distracted. Are there 2 rings of fires right now?
No.
Oh, what's the 2 of them?
I can't get rid of the other one. I can't click on it.
Bruh?
Bro.
Okay. Let's see. I only have 1 hit point. Fuck.
Yeah, you have 1 hit point. I think you used like all your heals.
Yeah, I did.
Sorry, Folly.
It's okay. So that means I need to stay out of being in the thick of things probably, which means
And you can just hear this haunting melody from this music box.
And that's in the center of the room, right?
Yeah,
the coffin.
it's in the center of the room and inside the coffin.
It's inside of it.
Yeah, it was like rigged up to a string. So as you open the lid, it pulls a key out and then it starts to play.
Sorry, is the coffin left open?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot an arrow at the music box. If I can, do I have an angle on it?
I'm not sure. You're pretty short, dude.
Yeah, that's a
And
good
it's
point.
inside of a coffin on like a little raised platform.
Okay. Then instead, what I'll do is I'll just drop a cloud of daggers on it.
Okay.
I'm aiming to destroy this music box. And
Yeah. So a cloud of daggers erupts in the little coffin, and there's a bunch of there's a lot of sounds from inside the coffin.
Yeah.
But the music box stops. But what you hear then is like this horrible sound, like cats screaming, or you would know even better, like when an extreme amateur is trying to play a stringed instrument with a bow. Right? There's just this wailing, like not like a bow and arrow, but like a violin, use a bow, right?
Yeah.
And it's like if you don't do it right, it just like that screeching sound.
Right.
Every time your dagger strikes something in this coffin, it's producing this wailing, screeching sound.
Ugh. Does it seem to have any effect whatsoever on these terracotta warriors?
No, and now it's more noise than ever.
Okay.
Bless you.
So I'm gonna so it doesn't since it doesn't seem to have any real effect, I'm gonna stop that, and then I'm gonna also give bardic inspiration to Urias.
Okay.
And I think
Tyranny.
that's my turn. Yep.
There's a wall of fire, like a wall of fire in front of you.
And
Yes, and
a lot of noise.
And a ton of noise, a roaring fire, screeching instrument, and a bunch of terracotta warriors pushing past each other. They just like pottery on pottery as they're all pushing past each other to try to get to you guys through this wall of fire.
Okay. I think I would stand like in front of Folly and try and bookmark anything that came our way or got through the wall of fire.
Cool. You can strike these two that are next to you.
Okay.
So you start wailing on one. You got 48 of them to get through. 18 hits. I'm not sure about a 13 though. Let me look at their thing. 18 hits. 18 hits, but 13 does not. So you do 9 damage. This one looks like it's in bad shape. But I mean, they're not. Because things have more than one hit point. Like you're battering at it. It brings its shield up, its clay shield, and you punch a hole right through it with bookmark. But your second hit, you're not able to get on there. Do you want to try to hit it with your fist too?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
You know that bookmark teleporting kind of thing?
Yeah.
How does that work? Can I bring
You can teleport anywhere within 500 feet of you, you think. You haven't tried it in the 2.
And I could bring my friends, but...
You can bring one friend.
It's not going to work. And...
I mean, Orias will be fine.
I mean, I will be fine. Did you mute yourself?
Her mic just died.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
there you go.
Oh, you probably blocked it
She
somehow.
physically blocked it somehow.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. How do we all shut up in here?
What? No, we got
I
killed.
don't think we have that choice
It's
anymore.
too late now.
Really?
It's too late.
Really?
I think it's there's a lot of angry warriors now.
We're not gonna make it. We
Have
need an
faith
explosion.
in
All right, so then
Ooptao.
I could just do my unarmed strikes, or wait. Yeah, because even if I bookmarked it over here, turned off that music thing. Ooh,
You can
Maybe.
try that.
Caution against bookmarking.
Yeah.
might not work.
Well,
Is there anything I can
teleportation.
Volley,
Teleportation magic's kind of fucky, but you think it'll do something.
kind of fucking.
Get to that dead body room.
Yeah, remember
No.
Folly disappeared into the dead body room.
was thinking I would grab Folly and then try and teleport over here so that
You should do it so you take Folly back.
I mean, do whatever you
Yeah.
think you want to do. Like, do whatever you think your character will do.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. But because then I think the snake should get into Folly because he's the only person without, or she's the only person without a god, right?
Yeah, I'm the only one without a god for now.
You have to get Folly over there somehow. But
I mean, that sounds cool to me.
I don't care what you say, DM. Murder me.
Fine.
Okay, I think I just do my unarmed strikes, but I'm still trying to like stand in
Okay, you're
front.
gonna spend a key to strike twice.
I only have one. Or...
You have one unarmed strike normally, 2 if you spend a key point.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let me see the damage on that crit.
Okay. Punch his head off.
Yep, that one breaks. After that,
Why did it say short sword? I thought I put.
I don't know. You're fine. And so you hit a different one for a 9, and you injure it.
Okay, I guess it's my turn.
Damn.
Yeah. Cool. You guys have 47 terracotta warriors to deal with now.
Guys, this is so stupid. I think we should just try and shut up.
1 down, 47
Alright.
to go.
I have a feeling Mortee will take care of most of the rest of them.
Okay.
Mortee's fingers are twitching.
Yeah, man.
Are they sparkling?
That's the hope, anyways.
Mortee's taking a nap.
Can I stand in the same square as Folly and fight normally?
Yes, because Folly is a halfling.
So I'm going to do that to try and protect Folly while fighting.
Okay. That's cool.
It's also good because next turn I can cast another dagger's circle and block off a square next to me.
Yeah.
Should be good.
And I think it's probably best for me to... So here's what I'm going to do. Here's the path. I'm going to go here. Rage.
Okay, so Tyranny's gonna take 3 damage. Right, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, yeah, 3.
Tyranny's gonna take 3 damage, but Folly's not.
Oh god!
And these 3 guys take 3 damage.
Yep.
And then I'm going to come over this way and stand on top of Folly.
Cool. Yeah, perfect.
And then I'm going to attack
This one down here? Yep.
probably the guy to my right and down.
Okay. The one that Tyranny hasn't hit.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see some damage. What's that 9? Oh, that was her.
Yeah.
Bring it. 21 hits. 8, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So okay. And then second attack. 14 doesn't hit.
No.
They bring up a shield and you shatter the shield with your trident, but like, it's just that doesn't seem to be the part of this creature that it needs.
Sure.
Anything else? You used the whole turn, didn't you?
I used everything.
Mortee.
Yeah. Mortee thinks about this new black opal crown he's got on his head.
Yeah.
And he rams a fireball as hard as he can to 5.
Wow.
Okay. I need to do some do some averaging here. Where's let's see, their dex is even. What's your spell save DC?
17.
Okay, so roll 47d20 greater than 17. 6 passes. So 6 terracotta warriors are left surviving. Woo!
Nicely done.
Good work.
And so that means 41 of them died
Yes.
to a 5th level spell.
Yes.
I gained 200 life back up to back
Jesus.
Or is it just one? Just one.
What?
At the from creatures you kill with spells. Once per turn.
Once per turn.
Oh, are they
Yeah,
constructs?
once.
They are constructs.
Fuck.
That's funny. That's funny. But you still obliterated a room full of terracotta.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. Holy
I had to
shit.
use the rolling channel on Discord to get that roll done.
That's awesome.
Cool.
That's crazy.
That sucks for me. They go now, right? I think I lost them on the initiative.
Yeah,
but I think
Okay.
they go now.
It's okay that you lost them. You don't really have to play them.
Is that right?
Yeah, just letting you know.
Okay, but they're a mess. How much damage did you do? I think they're all gonna die right now.
41.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did 41. Okay, that doesn't change the math. I mean, it doesn't change how many die, but that means they take 20. Okay, I need a 5d8 from Nayana.
Okay.
I need you to roll 5d8 6 times.
Yeah.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. 5.
Copy paste it.
Yeah, you can just copy paste it. I think you're gonna kill them all as they approach the as the wall of fire.
And it burns, burns, burns.
And
Burning ring of
really
fire.
Yeah, 25 is sufficient. 31 is sufficient. I think these guys don't stand a chance.
Easy, guys. Easy.
Now can we take a long rest?
So Nayana, you melt them. The two of you guys together just melt this army of terracotta warriors. Do you drop your wall of fire afterwards?
I do.
Okay. The wall of fire dissipates.
You're all
And there's
still
just
alive.
everything is just burnt to hell.
We did it, guys.
I mean, that was a big ass fireball from.
It was ramped up.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that spell. It's so awesome.
Yeah, wall of fire is amazing.
Yeah. Holy cow.
So,
Yeah,
you guys want to go check out this this tomb?
Yeah.
do it.
Who's going over there?
I'll loudly crunch some of the broken pottery as I walk over there.
You crunch the broken pottery, you said?
We killed them.
Cool.
When there's crunchy leaves around and you try to step on all of them.
Yeah. So you open the tomb, the coffin, and you see completely destroyed by a cloud of daggers. You see what were the bones of a god.
I wonder how it's gonna feel about that.
There's 200 gold pieces in a small pouch, 5 moonstones worth 50 gold each, a fine music box completely trashed by daggers. It would have been worth 250 gold, but now has just been perforated.
We could mend it.
It's true.
Yeah.
And
then
Folly, you probably have to like rub your eyes when you look at this. It is the most beautiful mandolin that you've ever seen.
Oh, that's perfect. Folly immediately grabs it.
Yep. As soon as you grab it, 6 shadowy serpents slither out of the mandolin and coil around your body,
Oh,
and you hear a purring voice in your mind say, "I am not your enemy." And it's up to you. Would you like to make a charisma save against?
So she is neutral.
She's what?
She's neutral good.
Huh?
She's neutral good.
Which one was this?
Shigambi.
The
The Commodon. She's a
The bear?
leopard with snakes coming out around her neck.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I go ahead and let her take over.
Yeah, you let it happen?
Yeah.
Okay, two things. First, this is the item that you are immediately attuned to.
Yay! I think
Nice.
An instrument of the bards is an exquisite example of its kind, superior to an ordinary instrument in every way. There are 7 of these instruments that exist, each named after a legendary bard college. The following table lists the spells common to all instruments, as well as the spells specific to each one and its rarity, blah, 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 blah. A creature that attempts to play an instrument without being attuned to it has to do some saves. But you can use an action to play the instrument and cast one of the spells. Once the instrument has been used to cast a spell, it can't be used again to cast that spell until the next dawn. The spells use your spell casting ability and spell save DC.
Okay.
When you use the instrument to cast a spell that causes targets to become charmed on a failed save, the targets have disadvantage on that save. The effect applies whether you're using the instrument as a source of the spell or as a spell casting focus. Which means you can cast it from your own spell list using it as a focus and get that benefit as well.
Right.
This particular one has Cure Wounds, Dispel Magic, and Protection from Energy, lightning only.
That's pretty great.
Huh. Not bad.
What is that?
It's an item that Folly got. It's pretty bad.
That's amazing.
Cool.
And then this is a private card for you, Folly, which should have popped up on your screen.
Oh, did Folly get a god?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
buddy.
What's his gun?
What's his god, you said?
Yeah.
Shigambi, the Commodon.
The leopard with snaky boys.
Do you?
coming
But
out.
did you read and understand everything on the card?
Yes. Wow, that's actually really sweet. Cool.
So the voice in your head says, "It seems that I'm late. You've already gathered allies. We march now. We show no mercy. A Sararak must die."
Dun, dun, dun.
And then you hear Foley go, Leroy!
His actions are unforgivable. Those who commit evil must be punished.
And I say, let's go.
So how do we get out of here?
How do we get out of here, though?
Let's go and just start marching
Just
around. in a
start-
circle.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I should write this down. What else was in the thing?
I can share, although much of
5.
it has been destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay. I also do mending on the music box. Is that
Oh,
enough
yeah, you can patch
to
it.
do
You
that?
can patch up the music box. Yeah. If you have mending,
It's like not magical or anything, so.
it's like
I can
from-
actually physically repair a magic item even.
yeah,
That's pretty
physically repair it.
cool. Physically repair, yeah.
It doesn't restore magic to it if it's been lost. But
Right.
you but yeah, it's you play one chord on the mandolin and the music box was never damaged.
What?
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's such a perfect mend and it's so trivial to you
nice.
with this instrument.
Nice.
It's like you haven't even spent the time to tune it, but it's perfect.
Okay.
Despite the fact that you were hacking at it with daggers just a second ago.
Nayana turns to Folly and says, "Hey, now you might actually be good."
Wow.
Oh, snap.
Okay, I'll be right back. You guys think about how you're gonna get out of here. I don't freaking know.
I didn't know bookmark was a compass as well. Points north.
How does it point north?
I don't know. It says, turn the dagger into a compass that, while resting in your palm, points north.
Oh, when it's resting in your palm. Okay. So we have no actual idea where we are in like relative to the rest of the dungeon even. Right, because we just got teleported in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess one of the first things we should do is hunt for a potential door in the wall we haven't
Do
really
we want to
noticed.
rest at any time?
This isn't a bad place to rest.
That's true.
I agree.
This is not a bad place to lose constitution.
Yeah, that's true. I don't really want to do a long rest. I just want to do a short rest.
I need to get some health.
I'm like 1 HP, so
Yeah.
You're not like 1 HP. You literally have 1 HP.
It's true.
I'm down for a short rest.
I have not only 1 HP, but I've also used all my healing abilities, and most of my spell slots are down.
We can't sleep again yet, guys.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I'm just.
What is that? Is that what you're doing?
I'm just, you know.
So I'm sorry, that list of spells is incomplete that you can cast from this instrument. I just want to clarify that is not right. So I'm going to give you a full list of spells. That's
okay.
Because the list on here is not complete. I'll give that to you in a second. You guys keep playing.
Sure.
I'm gonna have to find that. I'm gonna pull up in Dungeon Master's Guide.
Is it more extensive? There's more than the 3.
It's more extensive. Yeah, those are just the ones that the Knife mandolin adds. But all instruments of the bards have a set as well.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, so I mean, I guess I'm not too lacking in resources, especially after getting this mandolin.
Yeah.
So that's
I could just short it.
That's fine. I guess we could do short rest.
How did the short rest dice, the hit dice come back halfway after a long rest?
Half on a long rest, yes.
Yeah.
So you do drain slowly over time, right? Like if you're constantly short resting.
Wait, so since I used hit dice last time before the long rest, does that come back?
Yeah.
Half of them.
Half of them.
Half of them. So if I
you're level 9, so 5 of them would come back.
But I used 4 of them last time.
Then you're full. Then you got them all.
Okay. So in a short rest, you hit your hit dice.
Yeah, and Tyranny, you basically only need short rest anyways. Like key points come back on short rest, so.
Really?
Yeah, like you're like you're a character. Yeah, you're a character that lives off of short rest. You're 100% okay.
Why didn't I know that? So all my hit points come back after.
No, not your
no, not hit points. Key.
But
your key
you
points.
can spend hit dice to get hit points back.
Yeah.
You'll only need a long rest if you run out of hit dice.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Can we get off the short rest? Like if we sit around for an hour?
Yeah, you sit around for an hour. That's fine.
Wait, I got 10, babe,
Yeah. So add that to your life total and then roll it again.
but I'm at 59.
Oh, well, then if you're max, then stop.
Wait,
By all means.
This is very confusing.
can I try it one more time? Oh, I can go to max?
Yeah. And take yourself right up to max.
Okay. And we're short resting, right?
Yep. Which means you can get up
My
to
spell.
one up to 5 levels worth of spells back.
Ooh, crit fail.
Fuck, I'm so low. I'm still so low. I only have 30 health after all that.
So 1 level 4 and 1 level 1.
That works, yeah. You can do that.
And did I use any warlock spells? Fuck, I did not. Fuck me.
Oh, I love a crit.
So there's the full list of spells. The full list of spells that this mandolin can cast is Fly, Invisibility, Levitate, Protection from Evil and Good, Cure Wounds, 3rd level, Dispel Magic, and Protection from Energy Lightning only.
So can you do each of those once a day?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
That's pretty good.
That's
Not
like
bad.
rad.
Impressed.
And there's a couple other perks of this god as well, which is nice.
Shigambi stands ready to fight evil wherever. it may be. And she knows that there is evil here and that you must be ready. You must be ready to strike and strike again.
Where's the list? Did you put it down somewhere or
Discord.
Oh, okay.
Copy and pasting it in that little box while you guys were all rolling hit dice, it was going to go away real fast.
True. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Not bad.
And assuming that you want to use it as your primary instrument, it is also your spellcasting focus. And so I don't think any of those particular spells that it has are charms. But if you use one of your own spells with it as your focus, you'll have the enemies will have disadvantage on resisting the charm.
Okay. All right. So in the meantime, I work on looking for a way out physically. Look for like passageways.
Yeah, let me see perception.
Ooh, buddy.
You look around every wall, every little bit. You see, you're very, very confident that this room is sealed, right? That you are trapped in here, except for the 3 teleporters.
Fuck me, bro. Okay.
And you see the north one is flickering and sparking. The east one it just has a bright rune in it. And the south one has like a different like it's got like a one rune on it, and then overlaid on top of it is another similar rune that's like offset by a little bit.
What?
So basically all 3 of them have the same rune, right? The north one is flickering, the east one is very bright, the south one is also very bright, but dimmer. There's a second rune overlaid on top of it.
I think we gotta use that one, guys.
Like, are they carved in, or are they? How are they on
They look
there?
like they were. Yeah, they look like they're like glowing. It almost looks like there's a light inside the panel, right? But it looks like originally they were written in chalk, and then now they glow with an arcane energy.
Any ritual cast detect up?
Yeah. So you throw your detect magic out. You see that the north rune. All 3 of them have conjuration magic on them, but the one on the north rune is very intermittent. The sparking, broken-looking one. And on the south rune, the conjuration magic is blended with transmutation magic.
Conjuration magic. So, can I erase the... So, is there one rune that looks more in line with the orientation of, like, the other ones, and then one rune's offset?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, can I erase, or, like, kind of scrub out the one that's offset?
Yeah, sure. While you're doing that, can I get a charisma save with advantage?
Save.
You're good. There's as you start to rub it out, you like feel that your form is altered in some way, but then you can recenter yourself and fight it off. And you're able to sort of scrub out that transmutation rune.
Can I tell if it was like my form as in like physical form or like as
roll?
in like
give me a d4. Give me a d4.
Or as in like I'm shifting away.
No, you started to be able to see sound. It was weird.
Interesting. Okay. So it did. Okay. It sounds to me like it was more like a morphology change as opposed to like dimensional change. Okay.
Yeah.
So so then I. And then, sorry, the other rune, the rune that we kept, was
it's the same one as on all
other
three.
ones.
Yeah.
Okay, I try to stand on it, I guess.
Cool. Which one are you standing on?
On the one on the south one? Yeah.
Cool. And which so you step onto it from the north, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So you are now staring. You're now staring at a wall. First of all, you're teleported. You are no longer in this room.
Okay.
You're staring at a wall. From your peripheral vision to your right, there's a bluish glow. And to your left, there's darkness.
Like darkness to me, even?
No.
Okay, so what? Okay, so
you're like saying right in front of a wall, and it's kind of glowing blue to the right,
yeah,
and not to the left.
Yeah, I do I smell anything weird?
No.
Okay, so oh, and do I hear anything weird?
No.
Okay, so then probably my natural inclination would be to turn to the blue light.
Cool. Can I see a charisma saving throw? Cool. So you turn, and glowing with this light blue glow to your right is a big mirror. And as you look at the mirror, you are instantly gone.
Oh.
And you find yourself standing on a perfectly flat ground with a thick fog surrounding you in every direction. A thick white fog.
Oh no, I got sent to where Hissy is.
Cool.
Who's up? Who wants to go next?
So we saw him disappear through the portal.
Yep.
Orias wants to, but Emberlocke doesn't. So he'll be like, Tyranny, where do you think Folly went?
And then I just charge on ahead.
Okay. So which teleport did you use?
Which one did Folly go on?
The south one.
Just here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd follow Folly.
Okay. You find yourself staring at a wall. To your right is a faint blue glow, and to the left is nothing.
So nothing happens.
Yeah. No, you teleport. Sorry, you teleport. You feel that you leave this room, and wherever you appear, you see you're standing very close to a wall, and to your right is a blue glow, and to your left is nothing.
What does nothing mean?
Just no glow. You could turn that way and look if you'd like, but it's basically there's like you're looking straight at a wall and you can see there's a blue light over on this side and there's not on this side.
Okay. Say folly?
You're gonna turn towards the light?
Can I just call before I do anything?
Yeah. No one answers you.
All right. I turn towards the light.
Cool. Let me see a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Charisma.
You briefly see your reflection in the mirror before you find yourself on an infinite flat plain surrounded by a thick white fog.
Folly?
Yeah, you want to walk around in it? We'll let these other people figure out where they're
Okay.
going to end up, and then we'll talk about what you guys see in there. Who's up?
I'm ready to step on the platform. I don't know.
You step on the platform, and you appear the same way as them, staring at the wall. But the blue glow is a little reminiscent to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's familiar to me. I lost history of this blue glow, and I've seen the warnings. So I'm gonna turn away and see if I can get my bearings in this.
Yep. Oh yeah, you see where you are.
Okay.
You've been
I'm
here
gonna move-
before.
Yeah, I'm gonna move down the hallway and get to a safe spot.
Cool. Who's stepping through next? Who's left? Arias?
Yep.
So Arias steps on the teleporter and appears there?
Did Nayana already go?
Oh, Nayana.
Arias is like slowly inching towards it.
Is Nayana muted?
Yeah. 1 second. Go ahead. We'll catch up.
Cool.
Oh, all right, then yeah, go through.
Cool. Mortee maybe calls out to you? Not to look?
Okay.
I would guess.
How did he decide? How did he not look?
He had Hissy trapped in this same mirror, and he was looking through Hissy's eyes when it happened.
Oh, okay.
So when he sees this pale blue glow from it, it's probably very reminiscent, and he would not have looked.
If I hear him come out, like if I hear my buddy come there, I'm gonna call out to him and say, "This way."
But there's pretty blue light over here.
Yeah, no, come here.
All right, fine.
Okay. So you guys huddle around the corner of the hallway. And then Nayana probably similarly.
Yeah, we'll bring her
Cool.
out and I'll call her over.
So the two of you inside this infinite expanse, what do you do?
Say folly.
Yeah, does she appear right next to me?
No.
So we're both don't see each other.
You don't see each other. You don't see anything. It's just a rolling, misty fog as far as you can see in every direction.
Okay, so the other question is the fog at like eye level and above, or is it like just on, at your waist or whatever?
It's like eye level and as high as you can see.
Okay.
It's like only when you're up close can you see this wispy, cloudy nature of it. But like everything past a few feet is just white.
Okay, I see. So does Tyranny? Can I hear Tyranny when she calls out?
No.
Okay.
No? Alright, I think I'd use bookmark and do my swirly thing and teleport somewhere I knows.
Cool. You
Definitive.
teleport 500 feet through the fog.
But no, doesn't it? It has to be somewhere I've seen before, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can't. Like, it doesn't. Like,
it doesn't
try as
behave.
hard as you try, you can't get Bookmark to teleport you out of this place.
What do we do?
You
Mirror holds 12. The mirror holds 12. I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that either. I saw
I
that.
find-
I saw that in the riddle hints, but
But have we seen a mirror? Oh, we see our face for a second.
you see your face in the mirror, and then
Mortee's gonna look over at Nayana and say, "Can you make 12 of something? You make animals."
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, there's already 3 things in there, right? So we only need 9.
yeah, seems like it.
Yeah, I can do that for you. I make 12 mice.
you make 12 mice.
12
And,
mice.
And send them at the mirror.
Yeah. I say go over there into
Look
the mirror.
and look at your reflection.
And
So
look
how
at-
many are you sending? All 12?
No, I'll send 9.
Okay, one at a time or all 9 like all 9?
I'll do actually one at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little mouse runs up to the mirror and he looks up and he crawls up on the side of the mirror until he can see his reflection. And he looks into the mirror. And I'd like Nayana to roll 1d12.
Uh-oh.
Qua?
Where did my thingy go? Ah, here it is. 1d12.
Folly, you see, looking at you as if through a pane of glass that you didn't see was there before, you see a little mouse. And then it seems to step over the boundary and into your fog, and you see that you can step out of the square that it leaves behind.
Ah, it's a trade.
Okay, and I'm gonna do that, but as I do that, I play my mandolin as loud as I can to kind of echolocate and like see if is this like an enclosed space, or like am I hearing
It feels
rebounding
like you're in
sound?
the middle of an empty field,
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
Like,
gotcha.
and then you step through,
Yeah.
and you're standing with your back to the mirror.
And I go, guys,
Get over here.
come here.
No, other way.
And then so then I run up and I go, guys, the mirror sucked me in to some kind of pocket dimension, I think. And some mouse got me out.
Yeah, it was Nayana's mouse.
You're welcome. Again.
Folly rolls her eyes. She's like, oh.
I have a little mouse. Let's see what else is in there.
Why don't we send Folly again and see what happens?
And yeah, I go, I don't know anything about this magic. I don't understand it.
So you want to send a mouse?
Actually, yeah, I guess so. I was gonna send myself in there just so I could kind of understand, like, again, like, because Nayana's a druid and
Yeah, you can go in there yourself if you want.
yeah, but what if can I talk to my mice through that? I don't think I can talk to my mice through the
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
Well, try to talk to the one that you sent through.
Oh, okay, I guess I can tell them to follow Mortee's orders. What if you screw me because I have longbow?
I won't.
Okay.
Says the necromancer.
With one hand.
Yeah, I don't know. Man. You should stay with your arm.
For us.
Yeah,
I saved all of us.
fine. Nayana tells her mice, please follow this giant turtle's directions. I'm gonna step away for. Wait, no, I would break concentration though.
Maybe.
Oh, that's interesting.
You don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take chances with
Possible.
Just send some ice. Let's get Hissy back and Tyranny back, and then
Yeah.
with Hissy we can investigate more. We can just roll the dice a ton of times and see what else is in there.
Folly's like, where's Tyranny and Hissy?
that. Okay, Nayana tells 2 more of her mice, go in.
Okay, so let me see a D12, and then after that happens, we'll do another one. A mouse comes out.
Nice.
Here.
Send it back in.
Yeah.
Just send them all in.
Go in.
Wait, why are we rolling a D12 plus 1?
I don't know. Is that wrong? Let me try this again.
How do you do that?
See what the roll is. It's a 4 and a 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna start here. Okay.
Okay.
Mouse came out, cute, 6.
What?
Stepping, so the mouse goes in, and stepping out is I'll show you a picture.
Oh no.
So, this.
Oh boy.
Eugene's in this game?
And it steps out, and it falls to its knees and begins to cry.
Oh, that's sad.
It's probably been trapped in there a long time.
Nayana's like, hi, you okay?
Yeah.
We don't see him.
It stands up. And what languages do you guys all speak?
Folly casts tongues on herself after she hears the crying, peeks around the corner, sees the troll, and then casts tongues on herself.
Yeah, the troll says, I haven't eaten in 20 years.
How are you still?
I will eat you.
I will kill you.
And then Folly says, "Wait, we're the ones that got you out, and we have food. We can give food to you."
Get him drunk, guys. Let's give him wine.
And wine.
You give Yagath food?
And then
And mayonnaise.
I reach into our food pack, whatever it is, and just like grab like handfuls of rations and like
She's just eating. She's not even talking anymore. She's
and
just eating.
then I grab the jug of whatever and start having it pour wine, like tons of wine.
Yeah, she's just eating and drinking.
And I'm like, please get drunk.
Yeah, I mean it's a big troll, but she's working on it.
For troll, what languages would work?
Giant.
Okay, I have that too.
Okay,
Oh,
so you can
nice.
understand her normally.
Nice.
Just-
And then Folly says, "When you finish, let's talk. What is your name?"
Yagath.
Yagrith.
Yeah,
And then I say, in the meantime, and then I kind of whisper sideways to Nayana, and I say, in the meantime, let's work on getting those other 2 out.
Yeah, okay. Well, Nayana is kind of curious now, and she speaks in giant to the troll and says, who else is in there with you? Before I send more mice out.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
She says, no one's in there. I walked around for years. There's no one in there. There's nothing in there. There's no food.
Everyone has their own like prison.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, okay, I send another one out.
Okay, let me see a D12.
Yeah.
A tiny bat-like creature
Oh my god.
Really?
comes out. It looks like this, and it sees Yagrith.
Oh, a sturge.
It sees Yagrith eating, and it buzzes over to her, flap, 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 and latches onto her and starts to suck on the blood of this troll, and she just swats it, and it dies.
Nice.
And Folly's like, well, that's a short-lived escape.
All right.
Did it die?
Yeah.
Oh, totally. It's just splattered.
Okay.
They have one hit point. So
It's basically like a small mosquito bat kind of thing.
It's like, imagine a mosquito the size of like a small bird. And that's what that is. It's gross. It's super gross.
Oh, yes. Oh, the thing killed it. Okay, let's try this again.
Okay, let me see a D12.
Come on, Tyranny.
A Cholton female
Oh,
with a
boy.
spear and ornate armor that has the armor has a tail that comes off the back and up and over her head like a scorpion's whip.
Oh.
And she comes out and she looks around and she covers her mouth. And then she sort of stands at attention and she says, my queen Nabaka, where is she?
It is I, child.
No, no.
Oh, no.
She squints at you and she says, do not fuck with me, girl.
Would your queen have let you stay in there? I brought you out.
And she bows and she says, I appreciate it, but the kingdom of Omu is under attack. Acererak's forces march even now.
You're right. You should head straight to the surface and deal with that.
Let me, yes. And she starts to push past you guys.
Okay, bye. Okay, let's try again.
Bye.
Okay, let's try again. Just ignore the armored warrior trapped in a time pocket.
It's so good. You're like, it's not the weirdest thing I've seen this hour.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh
man,
god.
from Nayana for a loop. She's a druid possessed by an evil spirit. She's becoming very desensitized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this again. I'll roll again. It didn't come up. Why is it not coming? Oh, there we go. Oh, whoa.
You didn't do it.
I did it twice. Well, I
Okay, you're good.
flagged.
So 12 is going to be a mouse, right? But
Yeah.
4, an enormous
No.
half man, half cow, half bull steps out.
A minotaur?
Yep. And he roars, bangs his axe on the ground, and he says, I will kill Acererak.
Yay.
Wonderful. Get in line. Can we try?
And he sees the troll, and he's like, this beast is with you?
Nye, I'm starting to speak in Armenian. Look, can you just cool it? Give us a minute, yeah? Here, drink some wine. And she takes the jug from the troll and gives it to the guy.
What is Minotaur speaking? Is it just common?
Abyssal.
Abyssal? Interesting. So Folly is
This one
like...
probably knows old Omoen too. This one.
Okay. So Folly will also just say like, the troll was also trapped by Serac. We're getting all of our Serac's prisoners out right now. We're working on it.
We're trying. Okay, next.
It says send the troll back in.
Okay,
Look,
all right.
and then Folly goes, look, if you want to deal with the troll, that's your call. We're working on saving our friends right now.
Yeah, just sit down and have some wine. Okay, just drink. All right.
I won't put my lips to any cup that a troll has touched.
All right. Well, then, start. Okay, so I rolled a 12.
A mouse comes out.
Another mouse. So
Another
roll
mouse.
again.
Oh, okay.
Tyranny can't tell any of this is happening. She's just pacing back and forth in an infinite abyss.
I've started skipping.
Yeah, you're skipping. You're practicing your what martial arts, like the solo routines you can do. 12's a mouse. The mouse is mice.
You're dumb.
It's just mice all day.
Get Hissy out. Come on.
I'm working on it.
Get Hissy out of all the people that's stuck in there that he wants out of Hissy.
I unleashed some
and Tyranny. I mean, Tyranny's cool, but get Hissy out.
Okay, look, Mortee. Okay, I'm trying. All these things keep popping up and saying that Seracs need to die. I understand. I'm trying to work on it. I rolled a 12.
Do the mice come out with a vengeance?
Serac?
12 is a mouse. You know that. 12 is always going to be a mouse.
So it just brings back a mouse?
Mm-hmm.
Folly.
What's up?
Which? There is one of my brothers in your druid friend.
What?
Huh? Who's talking?
This is Shagambi's talking.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
One of my brothers.
Why have you allowed this to continue?
Oh boy, here we go.
Allow what to continue?
We must not stand for the presence of evil among our ranks.
Here we go.
And then I said, look, as long as she is serving our purpose, that is all that matters.
We must lance this issue like a boil.
Wait. Question on playing out the player or the character versus the god is the god controlling the character?
Not at all.
Okay, so it's just
they are speaking to you, and you gain the flaw.
Oh, you gain the flaw too.
You gain the flaw, but the flaw is just one small part of your character. It coexists with your other flaws and character attributes.
Okay.
It only replaces things that are directly contradictory to it.
Okay, because what I'm arguing and what the god is thinking are somewhat contradictory in this particular
and that's
case.
Okay. You're talking to another intelligence. What you need to rectify with in your own head is the flaw. Right. So you can read the flaw.
Right.
And you can hear what Shagambi's saying.
Right.
And you understand that what Shagambi is saying is in line with this flaw.
Well, I guess my thing is what I'm arguing is actually my flaw, and then I have this other flaw that's also somewhat contradictory in this case.
Right. This is okay. This is good.
Okay.
Right. This is all good.
Yeah.
But Shagambi, upon realizing that Wongo is a member of your adventuring company, would like to have a chat with you.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. But
and
I guess I'm just wondering if I have to have one way or the other win out.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Cool.
So, but yeah, she says, you just obtained a powerful weapon. You strike like lightning. We can end this now.
And then I say, you're right. And I will. As soon as it seems like our allegiances are split. But for now, we work towards the same goal, which is to defeat a greater evil.
When choosing between two evils, you should not choose at all. And the God spirit sort of withdraws for a moment and leaves you kind of by yourself.
Okay, cool. That's cool. I like that.
What does a 2 do?
Sorry, we're back here. A 2, a small flying snake pops out.
Oh, there he is, buddy.
Great job, Hissy.
Hissy's been flying around in an infinite foggy plane for some time and is happy to see his master.
What's up, buddy?
Do you guys hug, or how does this work?
And he just comes over my shoulder. I show him my nub, and he's like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, okay, yeah, some stuff's happened. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Nayana's like, next. Welcome back, Hissy. Next.
A Chultan man pops out, and he goes, and he's just babbling. He's just like, 147, 140.
Oh my god.
Here's some wine.
Nayana's like, sit down, have some wine, join the rest.
And then Folly tells the Minotaur, "Help this man. He's clearly in need of help."
Wine.
The Minotaur looks down at him because the Minotaur's huge, right?
Yeah.
And he looks down at the man, and he does. He puts his arm around the man and kind of shelters him, and they share a meal together.
Endearing. Let's do it again.
Come on, Tim.
You're just shoving mice in the.
Let's go. No, normally Nayana would have more compassion and stuff, but she has like that guy Wongo. So let's do this again. Ah!
It's a mouse.
Oh! There. That has to do it.
A dark-skinned elf
Oh.
comes out,
Guys, we're gonna have an army.
and a dark-skinned elf comes out, and he bows low, and he says, "Thank you for the rescue. My name is Slad."
Cool. Take a seat, Slad. Hang out.
Lad.
Let's try it.
He says, you will accompany me to the surface where my noble house, House Rylandvir, will reward you handsomely."
Listen, they're probably dead.
That house.
Nayana's rolling her eyes at this point. She's just really getting irritated. And she's telling Wongo, God, these people suck. Where's Tyranny? And then she's like, you know what? Look, you can take a seat. They're probably dead up there. You can hang out with us. We can kill whoever got you in here. Just sit down, drink wine, or you can leave. And then she's like, okay, let's try this again.
Try this again. 30.
Nothing comes out?
That's weird.
That's it. Let me out.
What number are you?
I don't know. 8? Do we hit an 8 yet?
Not yet. Let me try it again.
Could be 10.
2.
What happens?
I mean, eventually you just
two's a mouse.
all...
Two's a mouse. Yeah, we'll get through it. 5. 5 was Folly, so it's a mouse now.
Oof.
Lucano's a mouse now. That was the girl in the scorpion armor.
Oh yeah.
Did she stick around or did she leave?
She went to the surface. You told her to fuck off, and she did.
It just wasn't worth the explanation. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
another mouse.
So you're gonna keep doing this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so really what's left in here, let's see, how many things have you not seen?
8 and 10, I think, are the only
yeah,
thing.
just 8 and 10, I think.
Do we need a 9?
No, 8, 10, and 9. So 8, 10, and 9.
I got an 8.
Okay, you got an 8.
That me?
Keep going.
So a human, hold on, 8, we got 8.
And then 10, and then hopefully a 9.
A human, looks like a human adventurer comes out, and he has a cloak on, and on the back of the cloak, it has written in like gold thread. It says "Bargain Brawlers," and he goes, "Oh, where am I? Yes, I am Biff Longsteel of the Bargain Brawlers,
Oh
and
god.
you and me, we've got this. Thank you so much. I've been in there for months. I think my companions should be here somewhere. And together, we're going to get the hell out of here. We're going to find the Eye of Zoltek. Everything's going to be okay. And everything's going to be okay because you've got Biff Longsteel."
Wait, whose character is Biff Longsteel?
Oh.
Whose character is that?
Who's character?
No one?
Can I like, yeah, that letter or that journal entry that we found, or letter that we found, I don't think it mentioned a Biff Longsteel.
He says, you've talked to my companions. I was a recent recruit, and then I got stuck in the mirror. We met up in Omu, saw some shrines together, headed down in here. Look, so you must have talked to some of them.
Dead. They're all dead.
He might be the one,
And
the infiltrator or whatever.
Yeah.
What
That's
about
what I'm thinking.
what the Starfallen?
Doppelganger.
Where's the
That's right.
Starfallen? The princess.
Kill him.
No, we need to get rid of him. Nayana shoves him back in.
Well, it doesn't work that way.
Oh.
So you slam him back. Are you going in there? Because he's
No.
like in the hall. He's like in the hall right now.
Don't go in there.
Oh, no, we need to kill him.
No, we don't. We have no idea.
Just let him
Wongo,
go.
relax.
He's like, whoa. What? Down weapons. Down arms. Look, I'm here. We're all here for the same reason. We're all treasure hunters. We're all looking to get rich. We can all get rich together.
I'm gonna do
Captain.
insight check to see if I can tell if he's a bad guy.
Nayana's like, you should go up to the surface. I think one of your friends is up there. I saw them. Go.
He laughs and he says, "You're funny. You know as well as I do that the door locks. You were in here too.
You're
Look,
lost.
I spent a lot of time in here."
Here, I'll do it.
I'm sure someone on the other side misses you. You should go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's nothing like. He seems nervous, but he's also talking to an army and a bunch of adventurers that aren't the ones that he expected to get him out of the mirror.
Can Nayana use Wongo's powers for this one? And like get inside his head?
Yeah, you can hit him with a psychic crush if you want. Wongo's powers are they do what they say, right?
Oh, so it's not like
I mean, you can attack him with it and stun him.
Yeah, what'll that do for us?
I don't know.
No,
He's starting to get a bit nervous. It's like, you guys, look, we don't have to sleep in the same tent, right? Don't put me in the watch order if you don't want. But this is a fucking terrible place, and if we're gonna survive, we gotta work together.
Nayana's like, hey, Yaka, where are you? Yaka?
Why don't you tell us the story real quick of how you joined the Bargain Brawlers?
He says, yeah. I mean, look, I'm Biff Longsteel.
Oh.
I'm a great adventurer in my own right, but The shrines in Omu, I gotta say, this is some devious death traps. I realized real quick that the 2 hired mercenaries I brought with me weren't gonna cut it. So I found another group of adventurers that were exploring Omu. They had some elven princess in a jar situation. They were going to be handsomely rewarded. So I decided we cut them a deal. I get half the treasure. They get half the treasure. They didn't take that deal. But we ended up with a 20-20-20-20 split. Now, I usually take a bigger commission than that. But I figure payout's going to be pretty good, right? Elven princess back from the dead. Eye of Zoltek. Big underground tomb. Tomb of the 9 gods, I hear it's called. We went down in there. We were gonna, we hit like treasure after treasure. Everything was going good, and then we got split up. I was looking for Penny. I was looking for Red, and I came down this passageway here, and I just looked over to the right, and I didn't see them, but I saw me. And I gotta be honest, I see me. I gotta stop and stare. And the next thing I knew, wandering around in some sort of extra dimensional prison. I'm not much of a magic type, but you get a lot of time to think about stuff when you're in there. I don't know, man. It's been weeks, months. How can you even know?
What's he geared with?
He's kind of got maybe like a Dex fighter loadout. He's got a small shield on his back, a rapier, leather armor, small adventuring pack. He looks like a light traveling kind of, Indiana Jones with a sword kind of situation.
Okay. Do Tyranny and I sense anything off about what he's saying? Tyranny's not. Oh wait, maybe.
She rolled a 10 too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No. We'll get to the 10. So I guess he's talking, right? And then the mouse goes up for number 10. And
I want to be ritual in my detect this whole time, just like
for sure
trying to get it.
So the mouse comes up and looks in there, and with a 10, Tyranny pops out.
Whoa! You guys, it was so boring in there.
You want to find out what was in 9?
What was that one?
I do. I'm gonna roll until I hit 9.
Okay, you'll hit it eventually. It's gonna take you.
There it is.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in a second. Right now, you've got Biff Longsteel standing between you and Tyranny, and he's like, hold on, lady, I'm talking to them first. He's like, this is me and my adventuring company. We're splitting the treasure 50. And then he motions at all of you. 50.
Okay. Nayana's had enough of his nonsense, and she uses Longo's psychic damage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
You crush him.
Jesus.
Let me see a psychic crush.
How do I do that? Where do I get that from?
I think you just on your Wongo card. I can pull it up over here.
Okay.
I don't even know how to help her with this one.
Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah, I got it. So got it. Wongo, while inhabited by Wongo, use your action to unleash a psionic assault against a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you. Yeah. Target must succeed a DC 16 Wisdom save. He does not, or be stunned until the end of his next turn. And so he just starts. He just his eyes close or roll back in his head, and he starts to fall over, and he kind of catches himself, and he goes, "Whoa, what? My name's Biff Longsteel.
Go to sleep.
Longsteel.
Take a nap."
He just kind of manages to catch himself leaning up against the wall, but for the next several seconds, he's just kind of he's seeing double, and he just can't. Can I see a perception check?
Yeah. That's just from me, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna use luck on that one.
Sure.
Nah.
So no, you do that, and you see that as he's falling, he's like stunned, and he's kind of falling, and he goes to catch himself on the wall, but it's like it's not. He stabilized his body before his hand touched the wall.
He's faking.
And it like his weight was shifted in a way that prevented him from falling long before the action of touching the wall happened. And he's clearly like mentally like he's stunned, and he's just like back and forth. He's like, Biff Longsteel. My name's Longsteel.
I'm gonna.
Nayana tells the group, I think he's faking it. I want to kill him.
And so as you're saying that, your mouse goes in there for number 9, right?
Uh-huh.
And trumpeting out of that mirror is an enormous 4-armed gargoyle.
Ah, shit.
That roars as it barrels its way down the hallway. And that's where we'll start next session.
Get out of there, Tyranny.
Nice.
Oh,
and now there's 12 freaking mice in my mirror.
Oh yeah.
The mice were a good idea though.
Yeah, that was a good idea, Morty.
And they disappear after an hour, so it's not like you're torturing them.
That's true.
Yeah, the traps just reset pretty much.
Biff.
What are we rolling?
Longsteel. No, nothing. You're good.
Oh, that last mouse before dealing with Biff is gonna suck.
Yeah, the last mouse went in, and a giant 4-armed gargoyle comes out. Its head is a screaming demon face, like the ones all over the tomb that you've seen.
Does he want to be friends?
Not at all.
Oh.
Does he have a type of metal opening in his feet?
What?
Like a little slot?
No.
An offering slot.
No. But yeah, so that's where we'll start next session. But I don't want to go to initiative at 10:15. But cool. That was cool, guys.
Yeah.
It was it's really interesting to me when I read the traps and then how they actually play. When I read the elemental cells, I imagined everybody would be in the same cell at the same time.
Oh.
And when you guys actually ran it, you were all in different ones. And I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty rad.
And the Terracotta Warriors, I thought were going to be like a ridiculous combat challenge should it happen. But with a level 9 fireball or whatever you did.
That was
they also rolled shit on initiative. If they had rolled better than any of you, it would have been.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
How did you imagine the escape out of the elemental rooms would roll out? Did you expect some of us to die, maybe?
Well, when Arias went in by himself, if Arias had stayed in by himself, I was prepared to kill him. but the water skin idea was good, and I hadn't thought of it. Yeah. I knew that he was going to be able to I knew that he wasn't going to be able to cast Wall of Water.
Right.
But the fact that he did have water, and if there's enough air in one of those bones to count as a breath, which there is, and the book says that there is, then I figured there must be enough air in a liter of water or whatever he has.
Right.
For one breath.
That makes sense.
So the fact that it was him, he had a better chance. Any of you guys that have a 0 Constitution bonus, though, just die.
Immediately.
I mean, you go to 0 hit points immediately.
Bro?
And I also didn't think about the impact. Well, you just go to 0 hit points, but I also didn't think about the impact of reducing your Constitution from the hags on that puzzle.
These rooms. Oh my god, yeah. Can you imagine if one of us was brought to 0 from that, and then
I mean, you guys actually probably would have all survived. Even then, if Arias had 0 con, he would have immediately blacked out upon entering the room. But you had people in that room ready to help before 3 failed death saves would have happened.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So
Yeah.
it would have been a different and maybe more tense encounter, and it would have put you guys in a different situation in the Terracotta Warrior room.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it's quite as lethal as that sounds.
Well, what's the trigger for getting out of that room?
Breathing the air inside one of the bones.
So how would I guess you just have to hold the bone up to the unconscious person's mouth?
Yes.
To get them out. Yeah.
Also, after one person does it, the anti-magic field is dispelled, and then you have all sorts of creative answers.
Yeah,
Like
right.
Storm Sphere would probably create enough air to breathe.
Right.
Oh,
right.
cool.
Like, but you couldn't cast spells until one person solved it without spells.
Right.
That makes sense.
And
But
there's
yeah,
no way to get from the eating room into the warrior room, right? You have to go through the other one.
correct.
The eating room.
The fire room can go to water or air. The water room can go to air or earth. And then the air and the earth rooms leave.
Interesting.
But you have to start in the fire room, yeah.
But you have to start in the fire room, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's some other weird approach. But that and the Mirror of Life Trapping made up most of our session, which I think they're both... The Mirror of Life Trapping is cool, too.
Yeah.
I just liked you guys rolling dice and getting random ass things coming out.
Nayana is all annoyed. Like, take a seat.
I'm just really glad I got to bring Biff Longsteel to the table.
Oh
Shoot.
god.
Like,
Hey, Biff.
To kill him.
Wait, so
It's
he's
just-
an NPC?
he's obviously he's not a PC.
Yeah. Okay.
Did we add a player?
Yeah, who do you think?
Oh god.
It's Biff Longsteel.
All right, guys.
Don't worry. Don't worry. The other group might meet Biff Longsteel that traveled with the Mayo Clinic.
So next week I can't play Thursday, but I